for the first time since 2015. I'm Seth Everett.
Having a blast.
Sports 910. Available.
Taking in 2 innings of Corbin Burns. We got Pablo Lopez, Cole Reagan's here in 10 minutes. It's a great day.
For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Twins Royals is in 10 minutes.
With those daytime highs right around 81. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, temperatures dipping down into the mid to
Orioles looking good today.
Fox 10 weather experts. I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored
Angels
by
stink.
Lowe's. Save big during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's. Buy one select DeWalt 20V Max tool. Get one.
No,
DeWalt
we'll be
20V
okay.
Max Power Stack battery 2-pack free, a $179 value. Valid 3/18 through 3/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On
You're hot.
Sports 910.
Welcome to opening day 2024. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Jackson Shu got you from Twin Peaks in Tempe. We welcome you for the next 3 hours as we'll talk some baseball. We're going to talk about Sweet 16, talk about this Suns team that did what I think many of us expected them to do, to rebound from that bad loss to San Antonio to take down Denver, a team they've beaten twice since the All-Star break. But we have a lot to get into today as we are live here at Twin Peaks. And if you have a bracket or your bracket is busted, you can still get in our round 2 contest, our 16-team bracket contest. All you got to do is go to fanpick'em.com and you pick the teams. Got 16 teams left in this tournament. Deadline is tomorrow. Deadline is today at 4 o'clock. So get in now, and you'll have an opportunity to hopefully win a $100 Twin Peaks gift card. And next time you're at Twin Peaks, try the 29-degree Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale Draft, which is available at all 5 Valley locations. So what would you guys like to start off with today?
I'm good wherever
I missed the show meeting today. So what are we starting with today?
We could probably start with the schizophrenic Suns. We kind of figured they would the yo-yo effect, bouncing forward, bouncing back right there. Or
I think it's amazing how yesterday didn't matter what you were watching, what you were reading. People wanted Vogel's job. People wanted to break up the big three. I mean, just all this chaos. And I'm saying to myself, relax. It's one freaking game.
I know.
Imagine if it was Sunday to Sunday like the Cardinals and you had 6 days to talk about the garbage that we saw the other night. And then last night, granted, Murray was out for Denver. That's a big part of this. But give them a lot of credit. Durant finally showed up. Beal, who's hurt with that finger, he did all right.
Yep.
But I give all the credit to Thaddeus Young. I mean, what he was able to do, granted, he only scored a few points, 6 points, whatever, but he had a bunch of boards specifically on the offensive side.
I was just going to say,
and that was the key.
Yeah, scoring is not really his role. What you just referenced is his role. Well, the thing is this team's has got to become consistent. They just have to be. The inconsistencies abound. I mean, they've got to just understand they can't just go out there and just hang out like they did in that horrible loss that they had against San Antonio. So I think that, as I mentioned yesterday, they got to be consistently consistent. That's got to be the mantra moving forward, and they got to bring it every night. I think that the energy, the focus, taking care of the ball, even though Katie had 8 turnovers himself. Interesting to see that, but I mean, to cut that down, be focused, be dialed in, and how about this? They were moving the basketball. Well, they had to pass at least 5 times. In that under the Steve Kerr system, you got to move at least 5 times before somebody has a shot. I mean, the guys were moving the ball. Guys were open for 3-pointers. Now, giving up a few too many points in the paint. They made that run, that being Denver, to get close.
Well, you got an MVP in that paint.
Yeah, you do. You do. But, I mean, it was this. I think what fans are frustrated at, I am too, is guys, you lay an egg, and then you basically find the goose with the golden egg. That's the kind of thing that's really frustrating is, who are you? What are you? Better find it pretty quick with 9 games to go here versus all being contenders of going to the play. Well, they'll all go to the playoffs. But from here on out, they just have to get focused. Keep that, what we saw last night, and continue against Oklahoma City tomorrow night. Got New Orleans twice, the Clippers twice, Minnesota, OKC. Just keep that kind of focus. And I think fans will go, okay, that's who this team is. Not the up, the down, the up, and the down.
I'm going to explain something here. First off, this is a very veteran team. It is difficult for the veteran guys to be that energized night in and night out until you get to the playoffs. They're not a young team on the move like, say, the Houston Rockets right now.
10 in a row?
10 in a row, who are all really young guys, and they're hungry. They're coming every night. That's not the case right now for this Phoenix Suns team. They are still going to poop the bed in this run for the last 9 games of the season, but then you're going to see the consistently consistent, to steal a Manucciism, and they will look like a real, true playoff contender, which they look like last night.
But, Jimmy, they have to play that way to stay out of the play-in tournament.
No,
if they want to get in the playoff.
I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm okay if they're in the
okay,
play-in.
and then they are.
Okay.
Then,
I just make the playoffs.
Yes.
Anything can happen.
okay,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Okay,
Look what LA Lakers did.
They did.
And the Clippers won the other night,
Yeah.
as well as the Lakers.
the key is then, okay, if that's it, and they're in the play-in tournament, then whatever they need to draw off of to make sure they don't lose that first one and not be a one and done.
I think your expectations are a little too high for this team right now, Manuch.
Why would not be? I mean, you got
Let's
the
be
big
realistic.
three. You got the big three. You got a veteran
what
team.
What have we seen all season long?
Inconsistency.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what's going to change in 2 weeks?
I agree, Rock. It probably nothing really is going to change. But Jimmy's talking about, well, they'll find that energy. Well, you are who you are right now, Jimmy. I hate to tell you.
They will find the energy. What I'm saying is they will find the energy every once in a while during this 9-game run that they have left. If you expect to see that energy game in and game out, it is not going to be there. It might surface in the second quarter and then lapse in the fourth quarter because they are the worst fourth quarter team in the NBA.
That's my biggest concern is that fourth quarter, because you could say they're going to turn it on. These veterans are like, okay, now we're playing for the trophy.
Right.
All right, we're going to play hard. But if they're not going to play hard in the fourth quarter now, are they going to have any gas left to do it in the playoffs?
Well, that's why
being a veteran.
That's why you got an established bench. I mean, the bench would score 29 points. Finally, the bench got some points. That's why you bring in the Thaddeus.
Well, I don't know. I think we
That's why you bring in the
underestimate this
Gordons.
bench, because if you look at the bench play against Hawks and the Spurs the first 2 times, I think they had like 40-something points.
They did.
But
so back to back they did that.
Yeah, but
so they're
struggling.
showing that.
But the last few guys, last couple of weeks, they have struggled. They've scored
Well,
what?
I'm talking
12
that was
points?
last week. This is most recent. We can't go back in time anymore. You got to look at what this team is today.
Then
not the way they were a few weeks
But
ago.
if this team, this veteran-laden team, is going to struggle with energy in a particular time, then that's what Frank Vogel's going to have to rely on, is his subs. Hopefully Nurkic comes back, if not tomorrow night, sometime early, and just rely on that to have more consistency. I'm not saying you got to blow the doors out of everybody.
Got to win.
You just win.
Just
period.
win.
Just
That's
win.
it. But
And
how many turnovers did they have last night, meaning the Suns?
they had 16 turnovers.
And
8 of those came from Kevin Durant.
And that's my next point, is that when he has the ball in his hands that much during the game, it's iffy. So you got to get the ball out of his hands while they are trying to get up court and into their half-court set and let him get to his spots, not put the ball in his hands and ask him to create from way outside. Let him get to a spot, give him the ball, and then let him do
That makes
his thing.
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And I think from that standpoint, that's what I truly believe they missed that point guard who we're not going to see the rest of the season.
That is correct.
Isaiah Thomas will get his 10 games in, and probably, I don't know if they re-sign him or not, as a emergency is what Frank Vogel's talking about, whether they re-sign him or not for the rest of the season. But I mean, you hope that they can maintain that look and improve themselves as far as the play. And you don't want them dropping, 4 or 5 out of the next 9 games whatsoever. You just don't.
We are doing our headlines for this hour, and it's always brought to you by the Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Bet the game, watch the game. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens displaying all of the betting lines. That's the Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. But, of course, it is opening day, and unfortunately, bad weather has already created some havoc in the league. There's a bunch of matchups like Shoes Mets and the Brewers and my Phillies and the Braves. They got moved till tomorrow because of the rain that was in the forecast. So you're seeing some of that. But for the Diamondbacks, they will get going tonight, 7 o'clock with Colorado. 13 games are on the schedule. I just think opening day baseball should be a day game. Always be a day game. And I stopped going to Diamondback opening days. I used to religiously go to every single game.
I remember
had
that.
season tickets and everything. Now I'm sorry, but that's the day you call in sick. That's the day you take off your personal time. You get some PT and you go to opening day. There's nothing better than afternoon baseball. Like the Dodgers are underway right now with St. Louis. Hey, a 1 o'clock game, 1:10 first pitch. I mean, come on, that's baseball.
And didn't the Diamondbacks typically do the day?
They did.
For many
Roof
years.
being open.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, what a better way to award the fans with opening day National League trophy. I mean, it would have been awesome.
Yeah,
It'll still be.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. You're just upset.
I'm all traditionalist.
You are, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm a traditionalist in some things, but I understand what it is about having games at night. But I'm with you. I would love to have had the game going on right now.
Oh, I would love it.
While we're doing the show.
It's selfishly.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Now
Yeah.
I'm going to basically be full transparency here. I'm going to the Yotes tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be able to
1 minute.
watch that. I'm going to miss the Coyotes. I mean, I'm going to be at the Coyotes game. And, Arizona plays at 4:15 or something around there.
Right.
So, I mean, you got a lot of sports going on right now.
It's great.
Right now, 1 o'clock window would have worked perfect for my schedule.
I'm just glad we can
For my
find.
schedule would have perfect.
I'm glad it's gonna be able to be on Cox Channel 34.
So no changes.
Hallelujah.
Not a big deal. You knew it was going to come.
It's on DirecTV as well.
686.
Yeah.
So if you've had Bally Sports, if you have Dish, if you have YouTube,
Yep.
you're out of luck. If you have Hulu, you have Sling, all those streaming services that everybody pushes, which is a bunch of BS, they all suck.
I'm with
And
you.
then you got to go back to cable and just have cable because everything's so much easier. But geez, Dish Network, YouTube, Hulu, Sling, these ones I never even heard of, the Vidgo or Philgo or never even heard of them. But, I know a lot of people have YouTube TV and you're screwed.
I mean, I love it. I think it's amazing.
But
When
you
I
don't get to
grew
watch
up,
Diamondbacks.
That's fine. I'll watch March Madness with my four
That's
screens
fine.
I understand that, but you're in the business. I mean,
Yeah.
that should
You
not
have-
be.
you have to
I
watch
mean,
the
I can
games.
watch the highlights on YouTube. I'll watch the highlights.
Yeah, it's not. But when
like
opening
we
day-
do for the
not the
Suns.
show.
I do a lot of the Suns. Yeah.
Zach Gallen's starting tonight. We watch every inning of Zach
Exactly.
Gallen.
Every
Thank you.
pitch.
Thank you, Shu.
And we
But-
break it down. You get the scoreboard or score card out.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
fill out the book.
But the good thing is that I have the
I
opportunity.
hate it. Streaming sucks.
It
And
does.
YouTube is one of the worst because just when you turn it on, it's asked you every time if it's you or not. Then you got to scroll all the way down on your TV to find the YouTube. You click on it, and it asks you again. It's such a pain in the ass. It's such a bad
Well,
service.
here's the worst part about
I know it's cheap. I get it.
Yeah, but the worst part about streaming is you can only watch that stream. Where I have DirecTV, I can punch from game to game to game to game. Like tonight, I'm going to go back.
There's some
and
truth
forth.
to that. It is hard to navigate on streaming.
Correct.
It's not.
Yes.
I mean, maybe it's easier for the younger demographic because they don't know how easy it was with Cox.
Well, they're stupid.
or cable.
So easy.
But it was like it was so much easier. But I just think it's just a disservice that these streaming services can't carry a local baseball team.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have, and it shouldn't be Major League Baseball's job to get on YouTube. But YouTube is you're charging your customers
Mhm.
to have a service, and you can't provide the local basketball or baseball team.
See, I like to watch 3 or 4 games at a time, so I can just punch the reset and just go from game to game to game. So I'll watch the NCAA tournament tonight, and I'll watch in between both games that are on pretty close at the same time. Then, once the Coyotes and the D-backs start, I will go to all 4 of those games throughout the course of the entire night. That's my plan tonight.
Yeah, and I think everybody has different habits when it comes to watching sports, and Jax has his, I have mine.
Yep.
Manuch, you really don't watch much. It's obvious from the show. Listen to the show.
I don't watch anything.
All Manuch does is looks at the stats and the box
No.
score. He's the king of box scores.
I am on there
But,
watching.
dude, you're not.
I do.
Because you're not. You're doing what Jax says. You can't bitch at Jax for not watching it live.
I tape a
because
lot
you
of
watch everything Tape delayed.
Yeah.
You never watch it because you're
tape
training
it,
quarterbacks.
I'm taping it, and I'm going to YouTube, and I've got my avenues of making sure I check them all out.
See, I don't do that. I gotta watch it
Watch it live. I hate it.
Damn
You already know on your phone who won.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I want to watch
Hey,
it
it's
live.
Thursday. That means we're broadcasting live from one of the 5 Twin Peaks locations today. It's Tempe. You can take advantage of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. And coming up is our sounds of the night. You'll hear from Tommy Floyd. You'll hear from the competition committee chairman, Rick McKay, and Jaden Daniels. So that's all next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Win clear 10 on Fox Sports 910. Fill out your Twin Peaks tournament bracket at fanpick'em.com with chances to win prizes after every round. Your bracket's never busted. Powered by Twin Peaks and Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale. That's fanpick'em.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
At Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and I530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the I530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player's design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in store at Van's Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
At Target, count on our great deals just in time for Easter. Save $5 when you spend $30 on toys with Target Circle, so you can fill baskets with fun, like cuddly stuffed animals.
Mike Trout hit a homer in the first inning. The Orioles responded and dropped 5 on him.
Add an Easter.
Want to know that Royce Lewis went yard, hit a monster home run in the first? What do you want?
Reese's mini eggs and more. And get great family
Crushed
with new Easter looks. It's easy with 20% off dresses, polos, and more. Shop fast for our best Easter deals, only at Target.
I'm mainly locking in on one game right now, so
it's Thursday, and the guys are
got Twins Royals on back here.
Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. More sports.
Pick them to win the division.
Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in morning 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 9.
You're hot.
In Tempe. Of course, we have teamed up with them for our fan pick'em, so you can get your picks in for the 16-team bracket. We're going to get to our sounds of the night, and essentially I want to just pull some variety here, so we're going to kind of go around the horn. We'll start with former Sun Devil and LSU product in his pro day, Jaden Daniel. Here he is talking about his ability with his arm and legs to make him the best quarterback in this upcoming draft.
What makes you the best quarterback in this draft?
I'll just say my versatility. Explosive plays are a name of the game of football. Defenses try to limit explosive plays and explosive players. So just what my resume speaks for itself, what I do in that category. Either that's with my arm or my legs.
Let me ask you, Manuch, you train quarterbacks for a living. You surely don't do radio for a living. What do you think when a quarterback says that?
Wow. I like his confidence. I love his confidence.
Do you like that? Can't that turn people? I'm not asking you, Jimmy. Can't that turn you off a little bit?
No.
The kid's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
No,
I mean,
no.
He didn't do that great here at Arizona State.
I think the way he couched that, hey, I feel I'm the best quarterback because of my abilities. He basically playing at LSU. He's been coached up a lot since he was at LSU. He's come a long way from the mental side of the game. He's always had the talent.
Yeah.
He's put like 20, 25 pounds on.
Yep.
Strong arm, durability. He can run. These are a lot of things that the NFL is looking for right now. And I have no problem with the guy saying, hey, look, I found the best guy because of this, and this.
So because of the abilities he has, that gives him the right to be confident
in his mind.
like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in his mind. I mean, there's so many guys. Hold on, Jimmy. So many guys have Jimmy.
Stop.
Chill out
Jimmy,
for a second.
I've got not Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, but I think that when you have a guy like that, you think of when the Elways came in, the Mannings, and all those guys that came in, they're like, I feel I'm the best or one of the best because I've got this, and this. I mean, Elway was bravado, times 10, dictating where he wanted to go.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to go play for Frank Kush in Baltimore. I want to stay, go wherever. But I like that because it's a confidence, not cocky. It's not done in a way that a lot of folks, oh, man, he's being boastful. No, he's not. He's just confident in his abilities.
Rock, if he would have said, okay, I'm probably about the fourth or fifth best guy, then you're going to say, I don't want this guy.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
I'm not a big fan of the prima donnas in sports.
I don't want a prima donna statement at all.
Then you're not a fan of Caleb Williams. You see him at the USC game?
I'm not a fan of him. I think he's going to be a flop.
I think
not a flop. I just don't think he's going to be
that good.
I don't think he's going to be as good as everybody
I
thinks.
think what's refresh, Rock. I think you're getting at when you watch Brock Purdy, the way he handles himself.
No, we're not
humble. No, just listen. Hear me out.
See, look what you did. Look what you did, Rock. It's all on you.
No, I think what we appreciate is athletes that are humble, appreciative.
I would say C.J. Stroud as an example. Rookie comes in, humble, goes to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
franchise guy.
Exactly. That kind of stuff is like, okay, we because when we hear what Jaden's saying, well, that sure is bravado. No, it's not. He's just being confident. I feel I'm the best. I feel I'm the guy. All he's saying is I think a lot of general managers like that confidence. He's not cocky. He's not saying, well, he shouldn't go in front of me. I should be the guy. I think there's a difference in the way that statement comes across.
Hey, Shu, can we go to Jimmy now? He really wants to talk.
Absolutely.
All
Jimmy,
right,
go ahead.
Jimmy, you're on.
The latest word when I was coming in here for this world-class radio program, which is disintegrated in front of us, is that Antonio Pierce, who is mud pretty much in this town, and now the head coach of the Vegas Raiders, they are looking into trading up to try to draft Jaden Daniels.
They want him, huh?
Because, well, Pierce
knows him.
Pierce recruited him.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a comment out, and he knows his personality, his persona.
Yep, exactly.
And I think that's why the interviews, guys, are so important at the Combine, Pro Day, to talk to these guys. Who are these young men? Who are they really? The tape aside, they want to know a little more intricacies about that young man.
All right. This is somewhat of a joke, in my opinion, as the NCAA is trying to draw the line in sports betting to protect, quote, the student athlete. The NCAA is lobbying state gambling boards to ban player proposition bets in what they say is an effort to curb harassment against individual student athletes. Of course, we're in March Madness. It's rolling on. And the NCAA said prop bets, those made on specific stat lines of players, like how many points, rebounds, or turnovers make in a game, are harmful for the sport. And Coach Lloyd at Arizona was asked about prop bets on players, if it's an issue or not, yesterday. Here he is, what he had to say.
I know as little about gambling.
3 minutes.
Maybe
I have something on this when we bring it back.
What a prop bet was. So I really don't have an opinion on it. I mean, there's lots of things going on in this world that, require attention. Unfortunately, my attention can't be divided on those things. So I'm 100% focused just on Arizona basketball, and I'm going to trust the powers that be will put our game in a good position. And if some of those other things are causing problems, I'm hopeful they fix them.
Shoot.
Yeah, guys. So I think there's two things here, right? It's what you said, Rock, about the idea of the harassment that can sometimes ensue. But I also wonder, and this is a bad thing to say out loud, but I wonder if they're thinking it. If you have a player prop that says this player is supposed to score over under 12.5 points a game, isn't it really easy in college to go to that player and say, hey, I'll give you 15 grand if you don't hit the over tonight?
Absolutely. Well, that's the whole
that
Dante
might be
Porter situation.
Right. And that's in the NBA where guys are making millions of dollars. Yeah. In college, I know we have NIL, but it's not this big lucrative thing yet where guys are making as much money as they would make in the pros. You get one guy that goes to a player and says, hey, only get 7 rebounds tonight instead of 8, and I'll throw you this amount of money. That's the other thing that's a concern here.
Well, and then you had the whole Keyshawn Boutte thing at LSU where he bet on the over in the first game of his catches. And there's videos of him coming out that he was frustrated at Jaden Daniels for not getting him the ball and stuff, and he had 20 grand on his own prop.
We had it here. Stephen Headache Smith.
Yeah.
Under the Bill Frieda regime. That guy.
That was different.
Well, he was
way different. That's in the 70s.
Fixing, but no, that was in the 80s, Jimmy.
Or 80s.
Rock.
That was a long time.
But here's same difference. We're getting at here.
Not really.
I truly believe it's more than we think. I think just guys haven't been busted.
I think we agree.
I mean, so
there are college prop bets that are illegal in certain states like Ohio, Maryland. Even at Casino Arizona.
Arizona's illegal.
Arizona's legal.
Right,
but
Casey
the
don't have them.
It's
illegal.
It's illegal.
Illegal. Okay, because the sportsbook doesn't take it.
Correct.
So there are states that are banning the practice of this. So I don't think you can compare it to what happened.
What do you mean?
Because there wasn't sports gambling like it is now. Now everybody has it on their phone.
Call it. Well, yeah, exactly.
It's a completely different animal.
But
that was like a little freaking mouse. Now it's a lion.
But does it make any difference? Like somebody got to him.
Yeah,
and
but
they wanted
every
to
kid
fix
gets
the
got
game.
to. I mean, that's probably been going on for
the
years.
The guy served jail time.
But there's more money now.
I get it, Rock. But I'm just saying it's the same difference. You can still get a guy can get to a player about his stats, about throwing the game, or how about, you owe me 50 grand. How about if you miss the last couple of shots of your game? It's the same difference, whether it's small or large. And I think that Tommy Lloyd, a lot of these guys are going, look, it's the reality. You just got to protect your players from that standpoint. That if anybody contacts you, make us aware. Let us know exactly that you've been contacted by whomever, by a wise guy.
We know that sports gambling is big here in Arizona. We've had it for a couple of years. North Carolina just got it last week. And the total wagering revenue that was brought into the state was $198 million. That's after paying out $141 million in winnings. How about that?
It's amazing.
I mean, it's the first week. That's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you're a wise guy, then go after a young man that's not making the NIL money or making the big money that plays occasionally. That'd be the guy to go after.
Bull. It's not that, Manuch. It's my roommate who plays for the team, who I can go on my DraftKings. Hey, dude, I know you're playing tomorrow. Don't score more than 10 points.
Yeah, could be.
And I'll give you. And I'm going to get my buddies to go in. They're all going to go in. They're all going to make money, and then we're going to take you out. Why would you? I guarantee that's going on at every single school. That allows
college athletes.
College
college athletes are very vulnerable. I mean, especially now.
How can you not? What's going to happen to you?
Well, if you got busted, you got popped. That's the only thing is.
All right.
You
slap on the wrist, maybe?
Especially at the beginning of seasons, too, because that's when sportsbooks don't really know the lines, especially with new players. Like Jalen Milroe last year, we didn't know he was going to run for 100 yards every single game. Maybe at the beginning, hey, Jalen, get over 25 yards rushing, I'll give you 20 grand to your point.
I think it's more of the – I think you could do the under. In
under
drafts.
would be a lot easier.
Yeah, you can't
or your roommate,
you could do the over.
Or your roommate could split the profits you get. That's the other
Well, that's my
thing.
point. I said he's collectively getting his buddies to go in, and they're putting in all these
Can't-
bets. And you could do it pretty easily. You can put $100 here, $100 here, instead of doing that big bet where it may set a red flag.
Yeah, it's out of control, and you just got to be careful. Nobody can get to one of your players. If they do, you hope that they come back and say, "This guy got in front of me."
Our sounds are brought to you by G2G Protein Bars. You could win G2G Protein Bars for an entire year. All you got to do is text G2G to 59925, and you can enter daily to increase your chances. Only a few more weeks to do it. That's G2G to 59925. Standard message and data rates do apply. G2G protein bars, which are now available in the refrigerated section in Costco. Well, coming up, Will Caitlin Clark play ball against the boys in Ice Cube's Big 3 League? Sure, we'll discuss that next. We're live from Twin Peaks Tempe.
Clear. Oh. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Arizona and Clemson open today's 4-game Sweet 16 schedule. A win gets the Wildcats to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2015. The Coyotes continue to play out the string with today's home tilt against the Predators. The Diamondbacks finalized their roster ahead of today's opening day contest against the Rockies. Infielder Blaze Alexander made the team, while infielder Emmanuel Rivera was designated for assignment. The Suns beat the Nuggets to improve to 43-30, where they sit at 7th in the West. The road trip continues in Oklahoma City tomorrow versus the Thunder. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
You ever have a case of the Mondays? You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is
Be a second, I'll look at it.
in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every basket, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game or a player goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on Carol. She's more focused on hitting a high note than the car in front of her. Why pay a rate? Get one based with drives from Allstate.
Not available in Alaska or California, subject to terms and conditions. Rates are determined by several factors, which vary by state. In some states, participation in DriveWise allows Allstate to use your driving data for purposes of rating, while in some states, your rate could increase with high-risk driving generally.
453 unofficial.
Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company.
It was a 453.
Gottlieb here, just like in basketball.
No, it was fast, but I know I'm working out on the 4-4. It was a 453.
Team at Tractor Supply brings both hustle and heart. That's what really sets them apart. So
I'm not sure.
And make winning plays by
that injury profile and being an older prospect. I think is still going to hurt him. Because he would be the 5th quarterback off the board. You're not taking the 5th quarterback in the first round. You're just not doing it.
Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports. Author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook. host of Power of Sports and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports. The sports professor, Rick Horrow, joins Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Ice Cube has offered University of Iowa basketball star Caitlin Clark $5 million to play one season in his Big Three basketball league. Now, the highest paid player in the WNBA made $600,000 last year, and she's being offered $5 million for just a handful of games. Will she play ball against the guys? That's the question to start us off with the sports professor, Rick Horrow. Rick, will she go for the cash?
Maybe yes, maybe no. How's that sound? There are people who could actually get away with that answer, but I guess I'm not one of them.
No,
so
you're a lawyer.
I would say, yeah, right. Yeah. All right. Therefore,
you called them out, Rock.
Yeah. It depends. A lot of issues here, including the fact that everybody understands it's a one-time payday. She wants to protect her legacy. The bad Indiana Fever will get better because they'll draft her. Tickets are already going to be at a premium for the Indiana Fever season next year because she's the presumptive first-round pick. And so does she want the bright lights or does she want to protect her legacy? And what does she think of her long-term future? Taking the money and run, I don't know if that's as important to her because she'll have so many other opportunities. Now, it's not my $5 million. If it were, her $5 million, I wouldn't blame her at all for jumping all over it. I know, Manuch is the kind of guy who will jump over a table for a quarter. So that's a different perspective as far as motivation is concerned.
And don't you forget it either, man.
I don't know.
But Rick, I mean, I guess this deal is she would have to play 8 regular season games, a couple playoff games possibly, and the deal would also allow her to still play in the WNBA. How could you say no to that?
Yeah, well, that's the point. The only way you say no to it is it too much wear and tear on her body? Mm-hmm. But have you seen Big Three ball? Have you seen it play?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tough defense is not at a premium. I mean, she's not going to get in a all-time defensive battle out there. She'll just shoot from outside. And so I don't think there's any significant danger of ruining her body.
But what about
I would say yeah, go ahead.
What I was going to just add to that, what about that whole side of breaking that barrier with women's sports to be able to compete with the guys?
Yeah. Well, I think competing with the guys is not necessarily barrier breaking when you're doing Big Three.
Okay.
That's competing with the old guys. Mm-hmm. That's competing with the guys that aren't playing a lot of defense. That's why I'm saying it's an interesting perspective, but I'm ready for her to take on Steph Curry at next year's All-Star game in the 3-point shooting contest. Jumping on Ionescu's shoulders. And by the way, I would love to see a series of barnstorming off-season Clark Curry events all over the country as a one-on-one 3-point shooting kind of thing. That's what I'd like to see. I would rather, if maybe you guys could cobble together $5.2 million.
Yeah, that's right.
Can do it.
Is there? So, Rick, when you look at her marketing, her marketability right now, can she make up that? If she's making, let's say they pay her $1 million a year or something to that,
$76,000 is a rookie deal.
That's a rookie. Yep.
So, besides marketing incentives, can she make that? Is her marketability is what I'm trying to ask you? Is it that where she could make another $3 million, $2.5–3 million just off the marketing to offset what the offer is on this situation?
Oh, sure. Well, who else is now a spokesman for women's sports? It was Megan Rapinoe. It's not her. There's really no LPGA golfer. Maybe Lexi Thompson that's close. Obviously, Serena, Venus, Coco Gauff, but she's going to have center stage for a long period of time. So the endorsement thing is kind of like her domain as far as how much time she wants to spend on it. I think the sky will be the limit. If I'm her agent, I'd say, don't overextend your brand, dilute your brand, figure out how much time you want to spend on it, stay healthy, and we'll grab as much money as we can. But the answer to your question is, she's definitely going to make all of that money. So I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I'm with you on the money issue, Rick. My question to you is, why do we always have to say and compare the women's great players to the men great players? Why do we have to do this?
Well, because that's what we do, and that's what you mindless media people do. So
I don't.
I think. All right. Well, thank you for that. The exceptions, you against the world. Yeah, but you can't have it both ways, because 3 weeks ago I was beating down some local guys who said, why are we putting Caitlin Clark in the class of Pete Maravich as far as overall points? They're two entirely different sports. Well, maybe, but but here's the bottom line of all of it: we're talking about them, and it doesn't really matter, because what you say doesn't make any difference. What I say doesn't make any difference. The fact that I would much rather right now watch her play basketball than anybody else on the planet, except maybe Duke and North Carolina and Northwestern and Florida Atlantic. Excuse me. But two of those guys are gone.
Yeah.
And maybe by this weekend, 2 more will be gone. So how about this for a twist? I looked at the schedule for Saturday to make sure that the Elite Eight doesn't impact my ability to watch Caitlin Clark at 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC. I'll be damned if that the stupid Elite Eight takes away from watching Iowa women's basketball.
Hey, Rick, how much of a disservice is network television in this tournament, knowing tonight and tomorrow night the games are going to start after 9 o'clock for the second game for the East Coast viewers?
Well, for you, it's easy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for you guys, it's when you guys figure out whether that means it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Are you 2 hours or 3 hours?
We're
now,
3.
This time of year? You guys,
we're 3 today.
Oh, 3. All right.
Yeah.
All right. For 3 today, could be 1.5 tomorrow.
Yep.
So the bottom line of this is that this is one of those things where we always make a choice, and is 3:20 kickoff Super Bowl? I guess for you it was 4:20, 6:20 Eastern. Nobody knows what the right answer is. I don't like the double windows, and that's just me. I would have liked to have the windows added a couple hours. It would take away from the evening newscasts late afternoon, and I'm just thinking East Coast, 5, 7, 7:20, 9:20. You're still going to have a late game, but at least you don't have two of them automatically competing against each other. Although I know they stagger them, and I know you can watch 10 minutes of one after the other one is over. I get all that. But the bottom line is this basketball, the trade-off, and I was in Memphis. So, I ought to get some dispensation. I saw 4 dog games last Friday. Now, I saw Texas A&M Houston. That was one of the all-timers. But I saw 4 dog games last Friday, and the trade-off is no more Cinderella. Cinderella are gone. The only Cinderella is North Carolina State, and they don't really count because I know they're 11th seed, but they have a basketball pedigree. So, ain't no Longwoods, right? Ain't no Oaklands. And as a result, we ought to see some damn good basketball. Notwithstanding that, give me Caitlin Clark anytime.
Wow, he's Rick Horrow, the sports professor. You can follow him on Twitter, Rick Horrow. Rick, good stuff as always, buddy. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter, too.
All right, my man.
You got it.
Oh, happy Easter. Stay in touch, and we'll talk next week.
You got it. Rick Horrow joining us here. Hey, join us, our entire team, for the Hoops final weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. We're giving away the cash. We'll have free props. We'll have free squares, all kinds of contests, giving away 3 big screen TVs, one at halftime of each game. So that's the Hoops final weekend in Talking Stick Resort. That's Saturday, April 6th and Monday, April 8th. Coming up, got a little football at 50 and something pretty big happened today many, many years ago that you all will remember. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
people are interested in Caitlin Clark and her incredible shooting. It's must-see TV if you're around TV and you love to see somebody put up a three-pointer a la Steph Curry kind of thing that made that a phenomenon. It ain't about women's college basketball.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
This month's fever is here, and it might be time for that vasectomy. Call the experts. Purely Vasectomies. 844-NO-SPERM. 3 Valley locations. That's Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
It's finally here, spring training baseball. And that means peanuts, popcorn, and sunflower seeds. And a stop at Venezia's Pizzeria after the game for some of our fan favorites, like pizza, wings, and calzones. Venezia's uses family recipes to make the famous Venezia's pizza dough and sauces from scratch, giving you that authentic Italian taste. 6 Valley locations. Order now at Venezias.com or on the Venezia's app right from your seat and pick it up on the way home. Always a home run with Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Beat the heat with a patio misting system from Fogco. Let Fogco design the perfect misting system for your patio, pool, or leisure areas. Stay cool all summer with Fogco patio misters. Get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com. Fogco, serving the Valley for over 35 years.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
Replace your worn-out brakes and save now on Brake Best Select. Brake Best Select Pro are import direct brake pads and rotors only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Stay with the sports business theme. There's multiple reports today that the NFL will put the rights to its pair of Christmas games up for auction. And the bidding will start at roughly $50 million per game. It'll probably get to about $100 million. Last year, there were 3 games that were played on December 25th. They averaged over 28 million viewers. If you recall, in January, Peacock paid $110 million for the wild card game. Amazon this year is paying $120 million for the wild card game. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. But wow,
here we go. Streaming is us. It going from that standpoint. That's a Wednesday. It'll be really,
well, it's not
one in a million.
It doesn't mean it's streaming.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that the bidding has begun. So you just wonder when the National Football League is okay. Let's get to a bid. Let's bid out the season. Let's bid out Monday Night Football. Let's bid out Sunday Night Football. It gets to that kind of a realm that if this is the beginning of it, this is that first step. And moving forward, I could think we could see a lot more of that for marquee games, especially Monday Night Football.
I hope you're wrong, Manuch.
I do too.
I really do. I hope you're wrong.
Would you have a problem if the Super Bowl goes pay-per-view?
Well, I would have a problem. I would still buy it,
Exactly.
of course. But
They got you.
Yeah, they got you.
I mean, if this was another sport, maybe you wouldn't care as much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Baseball for Shu, maybe he would have a problem if the World Series is all pay-per-view.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're that diehard,
You could put it on the moon.
Yeah.
You could put it on the moon. I'll buy it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
There
see?
you go.
So I still think they're going to make it, no matter
Well,
what.
yeah, I think, you know what? And if they do bid everything out, I'll buy it.
I don't know why. If you're the NFL, why wouldn't you put the NFL on pay-per-view? I did my thesis
I know you did.
on this in 1991, and it's coming to fruition.
It is.
I believe it is. But I do think that
you soothsayer you.
Well, think about it. If it's pay-per-view for $99 or $69, whatever it is, and then they have a commercial rate too, they're still going to get the 5, 6, 7 million a commercial.
Oh yeah,
They're going to get that part. They're going to bring in hundreds of millions of dollars.
I agree.
100
So,
plus
how many people?
million people watch it.
How many people we think buy the Super Bowl if it's $99?
I would say as many as
15
people that watch it.
Yeah, 30, 25, 30 million people, whatever.
will, sure.
They're gonna. I'm definitely watching.
And then the bars and restaurants, they're all going to have to chip in to get it.
There were 113 million viewers.
Wow.
Yeah.
If
Last
25 million people bought it at $99, that's $2.5 billion on just the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Wow. How can you not do it?
Yeah.
If you're Roger Goodell making all that money and he's like, I need to make the owners a little bit more money.
We won't be surprised if it happens. A lot of the fans that aren't aware.
I don't think so anymore.
Well, I mean, it'll be,
They do concerts now. They do all kinds of crazy
but I don't
stuff.
think they realize how close we are. I think a lot of folks go, yeah, that's down the road. Well, down the road could be 2-3 years down the road.
I'm saying a lot of people my generation know that
Yeah,
we're going to
it's
go.
going to go, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rock, I'm curious. What prompted you to write that thesis? What spurred you to go, okay, there's something going on here? Did you see something happening?
I don't. So I did that in 91.
Right.
89, I was an intern for the Colts. I was in their PR department. And then 1990, I did a year internship with the University of Penn in their athletic department. I couldn't tell you why I did the thesis on that now. Those two places had to have some influence on why I did it.
Yeah.
But I was more going around, not the Super Bowl per se. I just thought football in general would go pay-per-view, which it did with DirecTV and the ticket. That's what really made my thesis come to fruition. And, I was a 3.9 student. Undergrad, I was like a 2.3.
HBO was on then, right? Where you had to buy it on cable?
Yeah,
HBO?
All
right, so maybe that was an
because I think Sopranos was the big deal on Sunday nights back then.
And I think that weren't some of Mike Tyson's fights
Yes, they were.
on pay-per-view.
And I think one of the biggest, I know you guys are big UFC fans. What's a UFC 8,000 now? But when it was UFC
$299, about to be
300.
But when it was UFC 20, and there was pay-per-view, it was let's go to the bar who has it, let's pay the cover charge, and it was something to do on a Saturday night.
Right.
Now they have these UFC fights, it seems like every month when they used to have them every quarter or every 6 months. I think the sport has lost some of its juice.
And it was interesting because after, I forget what year it was, when Jared Colangelo did the Suns games.
Oh, that was a big deal too.
But all of a sudden the fans, bitched enough, so he pulled it. I think, did it last a year or half a year?
It was 94, 95, I think.
It was right after. It was kind of after when the Barkley era. Barkley and 92 to 94, 95. And he went pay-per-view for every game.
Wow.
And folks were not happy.
I'm sure.
So the backlash was, okay, he put it back on regular TV. I think it might have lasted a year, if that.
Total side note, this is not really related, but you bring up Colangelo and how big the Suns were back there in 93 when they were making their run. In 94, I was with the Phoenix Firebirds, and I remember when there was a game, we got no attendance. So we used to do a deal. If you wear purple, you got in for free. Because we couldn't get anybody to come to our games.
That's great.
Because, everybody, this was a Suns town. I mean, there was only a couple million people here at the time. Anyway, back in 1992, speaking of the 90s, on this day, Christian Laettner hits that 15-foot turnaround jumper at the buzzer as Duke overtime win over Kentucky 104 to 103. and a 5th consecutive trip to the Final Four. And if you watch it carefully, our own Jimmy B is actually in the video at the end of the scores table.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple things.
Were you sitting on a phone book?
I might have been.
for number one, for him to come and catch the pass and turn in one motion and get that ball off.
One dribble, turn,
that
shoot.
was incredible. Number one, the pass. I think people got to give a lot of credit for that pass to get it at a high end.
Oh yeah,
go up there and high
Who
point
threw
the ball.
Who threw the pass?
Grant Hill.
It was Grant Hill.
Very good. Just see if you guys are paying attention.
Grant Hill turn around and get that off, and just the mayhem that must have ensued, Jimmy.
It was nuts in that building. Absolutely.
Spectrum, right?
Crying. Yes, the old Spectrum
in Philly. 2019, it was opening day across Major League Baseball. All 30 teams were active.
1 minute.
And what was interesting, they had a record number of home runs that were hit that day. 48 home runs.
Wow.
And the Dodgers led the way, 8 of them against the Diamondbacks. Opening day, they won 12-5.
Oh, by the way,
I believe we were at Casino, Arizona that day. They were playing in LA at Dodger Stadium, and every time we turned around, a ball was leaving the yard.
Yes.
That's great.
Hey, coming up in hour number 2, we're going to talk some college basketball, specifically NCAA tournament with JB Long, the play-by-play voice for the Pac-12. But I also want to talk to him about the Rams. He is the voice of the Rams.
20.
Very quiet offseason for the Los Angeles Rams. But I want to ask him about the Harbaugh factor in L.A. So we'll get it next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Twin Peaks Tempe.
10.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like Freeform Radio. Search Freeform Radio and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. Celebrate Corbin Carroll's phenomenal rookie season. On March 30th, fans receive the Rookie of the Year bobblehead courtesy of Chase. Secure your tickets now at dbacks.com.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
Pack your bags and stay close to the fun at Days Inn by Wyndham.
Oh, I can't wait for our upcoming vacation.
Me too. It's time to get away.
Will you find us a hotel?
Yeah.
With comfy rooms?
Oh, yeah.
And free Wi-Fi?
Uh-huh.
Close to the action near all my favorite things, right?
Right.
Well, do you have an idea about where we can stay?
I have 1,500 ideas.
Seize the days at over 1,500 convenient Days Inn locations and earn Wyndham Rewards points on every stay. Days Inn, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. Find your hotel at daysinn.com.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Diamondbacks finalized their roster ahead of today's opening day contest against the Rockies. Infielder Blaze Alexander made the team, while infielder Emmanuel Rivera was designated for assignment. The Suns beat the Nuggets to improve to 43-30. They sit at 7th in the West. The road trip continues in Oklahoma City tomorrow versus the Thunder. Arizona and Clemson open today's 4-game Sweet 16 schedule. A win gets the Wildcats to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2015. The Coyotes can spring with today's home.
It is.
I'm Seth Everett on Fox.
It's apparently like really cold.
Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
It's got to be tough for the Angels who played their entire spring in this Cactus League weather.
Call Parker. For your Thursday, we'll see increasing clouds.
They have one hit.
Those daytime highs right around 81. Tonight,
Trout hit a home run in the first inning, and they haven't got a hit since.
Mid to upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Tyler.
Oh, top of the first.
This report is sponsored by.
Yeah, he hit a homer in the top of the first, and then they haven't got a hit
Tired
since.
of looking through a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it replaced with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualifying customers can get up to $375 cash back and a free dinner at Rodizio Grill.
NewVisionAutoGlass.com.
480-210-9090.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Yankees are losing
Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports.
You're hot. Out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Opening day. He's got a bunch of games on. The Orioles and the Angels 7-1 in that one. And a very cold Maryland. As Shu and I were talking during the break, and only one hit in that game, and that was Trout going yard. But Baltimore 7-1 in that game, and a bunch of others underway. A few rainouts today because of the weather. But baseball is back. D-backs will get going tonight. And for those of you who are kind of waiting to find out what channel you'll be able to watch it, you'll have Cox 34 and DirecTV 686. If you have Dish, or excuse me, if you have Dish or if you have YouTube or Sling, you're out of luck, as you will not be able to watch the game on those streaming services or satellite service. So unfortunate for those of you that have that to be able to watch our local teams. But Major League Baseball, here we are. And I'm pretty excited. Baseball's back. Spring training's kind of a bore. There's not really much that you got to get excited about.
I agree.
That was interesting. Charlie Steiner, Dodgers are playing right now. They're up 5-0 over St. Louis in the top of the fourth. But Charlie Steiner has been part of opening day since 1976. However, he is dealing with 3 compound fractures in his back, so he is on the IL, and he's going to not be able to be there today. So it's kind of unfortunate. I love that guy. He's one of my favorite broadcasters.
Charlie worked at ESPN when I was doing a lot of games for them, so I had interaction with him on several occasions. Great guy, and you're right. When he left ESPN, everybody missed him because he was like the grandpa to everybody. And you guys will remember this. Remember when we were going to 2000 and ESPN ran that commercial with everybody freaking out, and Charlie Steiner at the end of the commercial had his tie around his head and he's screaming, follow me to freedom. It was one of the greatest ESPN commercials of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Story time.
That's my Charlie Steiner story.
He is good.
He is good.
He was great on SportsCenter at night.
Look it up. Look it up, Shu. You can play it for us, Charlie Steiner.
No. I know the commercial, but you were just doing that thing again where you told us a story that we didn't ask for. So when you do that, I got to hit you with the Danny White.
That's okay.
And he was at ASU practice today, so I have to do it.
That's okay.
All right. We need to do this now. And that is our Major League Baseball predictions for the season. And we are going to post them. So if Jimmy B is way off with his pick, you're going to be able to blast him. By the way, real quick, let me look this up real quick. Okay, you hit the button, hit go. Oh, fanpick'em.com.
Here we go, Manuch.
Right now, last place, Bauer. Then it's Jax. Then it's Jimmy B. Then it's Gross. Then it's Manuch. Then it's Shoot. And then a commanding lead.
Woo!
Rock in first place.
Yeah, you're right there in front.
That's why Rock and Manuch with Jimmy B. I'm on the marquee
That's
first.
it. Yep, that is
Always
correct.
remember that.
Well, hold on. Then where do I go then? Because I'm in second place. So
But I got 8 points on you.
No. You said on the marquee, your name is first. So do I get to go in front of Manuch and Jimmy B now because I'm in front of them?
You definitely, yeah. You don't get to go. Yeah. So it's Rock and Shoe with Manuch.
Close so well.
We should make
Rock
them
and
make
Shoe.
intros. No,
I like
hold
it.
on. Let's put the production team here at iHeartRadio to work. Let's have them make an intro with every single combination.
do it.
Depending on whatever contest we're doing, that's the intro that we'll play.
Done. I love it. Let's do that. All right, Jimmy B, I'll let you go first.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah. So you're. Let's start with AL East, then we'll go to NL East, then AL Wild Card, National League Wild Card, and then who's going to win the World Series?
Fair enough. I'm going to start with the East, and I know this is an unpopular pick, but I am going pretty much chalk here, and I am going to take the New York Yankees. I think they rebound after an awful season last year, and I know that they will get pushed by Tampa Bay and Baltimore, but I am going to take the Yankees to win the AL East. In the Central, this kind of seems to be a consensus pick. A lot of us have the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
And I like that ball club as well. So, unfortunately, I really couldn't put somebody else in just to be different. I like the Twins in the AL Central. And I figured that the Houston Astros have probably figured out some other way to cheat besides beating a drum. So they have like signals of something.
Trash can, Jimmy.
Trash can, that too. And they have smoke signals or something out in the outfield. But I'm going to take the Astros to win the AL West.
All right, we it's only a 3-hour show.
Okay, fair enough. NL
Just
East.
rattle them off, Jimmy.
Okay, NL East, I'm going Philadelphia. NL Central, Milwaukee Brewers. And the NL West, of course, the Dodgers. The AL Wild Cards, I'm going the M's, the O's, and the Rays. And the NL Wild Cards, Braves, Reds, and D-backs. And in the World Series, I have the Dodgers over the Orioles to win the World Series.
All right, Jax.
AL East. I'm gonna go with the Yankees. AL Central, Twins, Astros for the
Same
AL
as Jimmy's.
West.
Okay, copied his.
Yeah, chalk. NL East. I'll go Braves. Central, Reds. West, Dodgers. Long story short, my World Series, I got the Astros over the Dodgers.
Shoe.
I have the NL East, the Braves, NL Central, the Reds, NL West, the Dodgers. I have the Orioles in the AL East, the Twins in the AL Central, the Astros in the AL West. My 3 National League wildcard teams are Phillies, Diamondbacks, and the Mets. My 3 wildcard teams in the American League, the Yankees, the Mariners, and the Rangers. And I have the Braves over the Orioles in the World Series.
Manuch.
I got the LA East. I got the Orioles, LA Central. I got the Twins, LA West. I've got the Astros. National League East, I've got the Braves. National League Central, I've got the Brewers. National League West, I've got the Dodgers. My American League wildcard picks are the Rangers, Tampa, and the Mariners. National League wildcard, I got the Phillies, Diamondbacks, and Reds. And World Series, I've got the Dodgers over the Astros.
All right, I'm going Orioles, Twins, and Rangers. Braves, Cubs. I haven't heard Cubs and Dodgers. I like the Mariners in my AL wildcard, Astros, and Yankees. Did go with my Phillies and D-backs, and watch out for the Giants. They are my team that I just don't know what to expect. Brand new skipper, made some changes. I think they're going to be pretty good.
It's fair.
But I do have the Dodgers over the Orioles. So there you have it. So we want to get that out of the way. Now, I will say this too, when it comes to maybe your MVPs, Juan Soto is who I really like in the American League. And I'm in the National League. I'm really stuck. Bryce Harper. Is
Acuna?
somebody Acuna?
Acuna?
Yeah, everybody's going with him.
Yeah.
I get that. That's why I don't want to go with that favorite. A lot of people are going with Ohtani in the National League as well. But I think it may come from somebody else because it's a year after he had Tommy John surgery. That being Bryce Harper. If he can stay healthy, man, his stat line is going to be high.
And the one thing I'm just says we're watching the Cardinals get hammered by the Dodgers. Just wonder if Paul Goldschmidt makes a comeback after MVP 2 years ago this year. If he can have the kind of year that he had a couple years ago, that's one thing could be a comeback MVP.
Do you question why none of us have the D-backs? Was last year a fluke?
No, I don't think it was a fluke. I just think that the other teams, particularly the Dodgers, have improved themselves significantly. And I have the D-backs making the playoffs.
Yeah, I wild card as well.
Yeah. I just don't think that they can beat the Dodgers. Everybody's going to say, "Well, they swept them." Well, I get that, but
they snuck in the back door.
They
too,
did, yes, but then they swept the Dodgers. So, the idea is, and we talk about this all the time, just get in. That's the key.
I think the biggest difference with this Diamondbacks team is two lefties in their starting rotation.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
With E. Rodriguez and now Montgomery, I think that is the difference. I don't know if you agree with that, but I think lefties have been the issue for this team in the last few years.
Yeah, having guys that can, you have teams that set up for specific guys in the rotation, and giving them a different look is always an advantageous position to be in. But guys, I think when it comes to the Diamondbacks, and this is going to be a weird thing to say out loud, but hopefully it makes sense. The Diamondbacks are going to be a better baseball team in 2024, but it might not lead to the same results that occurred in 2023.
That's 84. All right, let's put this down on the paper. All right. They had 84 wins last year.
Yep.
I'm going with 90 this year.
Well, they started off hot last year. They were on fire, and then they faded big time. They struggled the entire second half after the All-Star, but you're 90.
What's the gambling world saying?
Sportsbook over under 84.5 wins.
Okay. Ooh, I'm
the
over.
D-backs.
I'm over.
And it's pretty even odds-wise. It's not like it's plus money. They're all minus money for both.
I was going to say 86 to 87.
All right.
I'm just about 85-ish to 88, somewhere in that realm, I think.
Jax?
I'm going to say right on the dot, 85.
Okay. Shoe?
Yeah, I think they're in the 86 to 90 range. And again, better season, but it might not mean anything. They might not win the division. They might not be able to make a run in the playoffs. But again, a better baseball team than they were a year ago.
What's the Dodger number at? Was it 102 or 100?
It was 101 and a half the last time I looked.
Wow. 102.5.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay, it went up.
Just the other thing I think of too is adding Jock Peterson in the lineup, another bat, power bat per se, guy for you can spell it first base or DH, pretty much. I just you look at, but you just like the Dodgers and then the Braves. I think it's going to be that horse race between the Dodgers and the Braves. They're just both loaded, and they've kind of reinforced or reloaded with some of the depth that they have.
Hey, Shu, let me ask you this: would you sign up for a salary cap in Major League Baseball, or you just like it the way it is?
What would be your reasoning behind putting a salary cap in place?
Well, because just like the NFL and the NBA, all teams have a chance. Not like the Kansas City Royals, who are going to suck again this year.
I would not count out the Kansas City Royals potentially being a surprise playoff team, but I understand your point.
Yes.
I would be okay with keeping the luxury tax thresholds that they have right now, but instituting a salary floor that teams need to hit. I like the idea of if you want to spend more than the cap, you can, but it comes at a price of draft picks. It comes at a price of those players cost more to you. I like that. I like teams being able to flex this idea of we're all in right now. Let's roll the dice. Let's go for it. But I also think having teams like the Pirates and before the last couple of years, the Orioles, the Tigers, these teams that have really low payrolls where it's like $40, $50 million.
Oakland
I don't think
A's.
that's good for the sport. Yeah, Oakland is a perfect example.
Yeah.
I don't think that's very good for the sport. So a floor, I think, would be nice.
And make plans to join us for the Hoops final weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. You go win cash with our free props, our free squares. Those are contests that we'll have for all three games. The two games on Saturday and the championship game on Monday. In between those games, we're going to have big screen TV giveaways. That's the Hoops final weekend at Talking Stick Resort on April 6th and 8th. Well, coming up, our weekly dogs. We're live here at Twin Peaks. It's Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on the drive, are the Cardinals really that close to trading the 4th overall pick? Ian Rappaport will answer that question. Plus, we'll recap opening day for the D-backs. 6:05 on the drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for pool, poker, and trivia. And now, the new Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Lager drafts.
At Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and I530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the I530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player's design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in store at Van's Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, has been cooling their customers for over 35 years. Fogco provides their customers with results that exceed their expectations, with reliable misting and fogging solutions that you can count on all summer long. Head to fogco.com.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21. Time for the guys' Twin Peaks College Hoop Report. Poured by Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale from Four Peaks Brewing, Arizona's #1 craft brewery. The Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale is a crushable, bold, and downright disruptive experience for your palate. And available at all 5 Twin Peaks locations. It's good to be bad. Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale. Let's talk hoop.
You're hot. All right, we're talking Sweet 16. All the #1 and #2 seeds have advanced, and just one double-digit seed, number 11 NC State in the South region, made it to the Sweet 16. So the competition, I think it's fair to say, is relatively even for the most part, as 14 of the top 25 ranked teams are in the 16-team field. And this is where each Thursday we get an opportunity to give our dog picks of the tournament. And number 2, Marquette, they're going to face number 11, NC State, the Wolfpack. That game is on 4 o'clock on Friday, tomorrow on CBS. Now, the Golden Eagles, they are favored. They're favored by 6.5. But I got to jump on this team that's absolutely hot, came out of nowhere. I think that spread's a little high, and I think it should be more like 3, but it's at 6.5. I jumped on it, and that is going to be my dog for our underdog picks.
My dog, #1 seed UNC versus #4 Alabama. Bama's getting 4.5. I think Bama to cover. I think UNC wins that. I think that could be a close game. The frenetic pace, I think that the Bama goes up and down the court. Tough defense, the big guys down the middle. I think that they cover that at +4.5.
I know this one sounds ridiculous, but for some reason, most of my picks are. So I'm staying right in that category when we're talking dog selections. I like Duke and the 4.5 against Houston. And here's the reason is that you can see Houston, even though they play excellent defense, sometimes they struggle offensively. And so with the big guy, Filipowski, down low for Duke, Houston really doesn't have a great defender against him. So that's why I think Duke keeps it close and might even pull the upset.
So if we did the open for this segment, the show would be called Jax and Manuch with Rock. That's
Why
pretty
is
good.
that?
Go.
Because I'm in first, Manuch is in second,
But,
you'd be
but,
third place.
but we're not.
It's all in the
No, this isn't published. Fan Pick'em is published.
Oh.
There's prizes. There's other people playing.
I got
There's a lot of eyeballs on that. No one knows about our odds here.
Hey, Jax, that was a good try.
Thank
I like
you.
it. That's a good try.
I'm going to go Clemson plus 7.5 against Arizona. I think they match up really well against Arizona. They're 2-0 against the spread in the NCAA tournament, and I think Clemson's got a chance to upset Arizona tonight. Might be wet on that one, as Jimmy likes to say, but I like Clemson to cover 7.5. Shu?
Guys, a Final Four team of mine. The line opened at 2.5. It moved up to 3.5, which means it is allowed to be selected as an underdog pick. Give me Creighton plus 3.5 against Tennessee. I think this team's playing some good ball. I picked them to go to the Final Four. You're going to give me them plus 3.5. I will take them.
So there are our underdog picks just to make you feel good. Why don't you just go through the standings right now, Jax?
Yeah, so I'm 18-12, followed by Manuch, 14-15, Rock, 13-16, Jimmy B, 10-17-1, and Shu is 9-11-1.
Okay. All right. There's a online gambling site called BetUS, and they are hiring wiener connoisseurs. This is by far one of the best jobs. Are you a wiener expert?
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Oh, I think
Just
wieners,
hot
small
dogs,
little wieners.
Just because I drove the Wienermobile
Yes.
one time, that's it.
Qualifies you, Jimmy.
Yes,
So
it does.
this wiener connoisseur will visit all 30 Major League ballparks to check out the wieners at each one. Now, you get to taste test dozens of hot dogs.
Okay.
And they want you to measure each wiener to see which Major League club has the biggest and smallest wiener. Now, once you get your hands on one, Jimmy, you get to measure the length, the girth, and how heavy it is. It's not a full-time gig.
Okay.
But you get all the wieners you want for free. And they'll buy the game tickets, the travel's covered, and you get $2,500. And they're going to toss in a $500 gift card to the MLBshop.com. And your free subscription if you got YouTube on MLB.TV.
Wiener connoisseur. Jimmy, that fits your job description right there.
That would be me.
You drove that Wienermobile.
If you go to betus.com, it's up on the website. It's a big, you can't miss it. They're looking
a fake wiener.
But it's there, and you can enter now through April 18th. All you need is your name and email, and write a short pitch on why you are the most qualified person to measure wieners.
Jimmy, it's Jimmy.
See,
you are the professor, Wienermobile driver.
As soon as Rock started this segment, obviously, if you're watching online, you saw it, but if you're just listening, he started this segment and immediately looked right at me.
Well, because you drove the Wienermobile.
I did drive the Wienermobile.
Why wouldn't we look at you?
I don't.
Are there other reasons why we would look at you, Jim? You can handle
I
these
can
wieners?
handle the wiener.
Staying with the wiener theme, 7-Eleven has announced a new sparkling water that tastes like their Big Bite hot dogs.
Whoa. Sparkling water tastes like hot dogs?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Now,
No way, man.
let's not forget,
way.
April Fool's is on Monday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they may be jumping on this a little early, kind of plant a seed, try to get people thinking about it, and then they're going to do something. But they partner with a company called Miracle Seltzer, and they have different flavors. They have lemon lime, green apple, sweet orange, and hot dog. I can't imagine drinking hot dog water.
way.
Oh. I remember in Philadelphia, I used to work at the University of Penn, lived in Philadelphia, and every morning you'd see those vendors, the hot dog stands,
Sure, yeah.
the cheesesteak stands and all that. And they would open up that deal, and even the hawkers at baseball games. Remember when they used to sell hot dogs in the games?
Yeah.
that water, man. Oh, it's like piss. I mean, how much would it take for you to drink that?
I'm not going.
You know what? You grow up and you listen to Dodger games all these years, and Vince Scully's talking about Farmer John hot dogs. So you go, well, if I ever get to a Dodgers game, I got to get one of these hot dogs. Farmer John hot dogs. So we go watch a Dodgers game. This is going back about 15 years. All right, we go there. I got to get a Farmer John hot dog. So I was like, wow. I've been hearing about this. Got to be the best hot dog. I'm like, a little mustard, a little ketchup, a little relish. I'm like, okay, this is it. It's like, talk about thinking all these years you've been listening to Vince Scully and Dodger baseball. Get your Farmer John hot dog and your Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. You're like, it was okay. I mean, I've had better, but I thought that the way they pumped it all those years in your mind, can't wait to get to. The only reason why I'm going to Dodger Stadium is get that Farmer John hot dog.
Well, they don't call it that. They call it the Dodger dog.
The Dodger dog, yeah.
And it is good.
It's, I was like.
Because you're taking it in, you're in that stadium, and you have to get a Dodger dog.
Yeah, you do. You do.
How do you not?
Yeah, you have to.
That's cool. I wish we had that kind of identity here for Diamondbacks. Yeah. Like, they have a pretty cool menu. They have the value menu. They got the $3 dogs or dollar dogs, whatever they have. But do they have that item? You remember when Randy Johnson, they had that big Randy Johnson dog,
yes,
they had that other stuff. But do they have a signature food item?
Didn't they? Was it the ice cream sundae in the helmet, the miniature helmet?
Everybody does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember they when they started that years and years ago, I was like, wow, it's a lot of ice cream.
If they wanted to use one of their nicknames, they could say "suck on a snake."
We're supposed to laugh at that.
No. That was just an offering.
Where does that come from sometimes, Jim? I just in the deep.
Jimmy, Manuch, you have no room to talk.
I'm not. Some of my
now, I will tell you,
aren't that aren't
so
that
I'm okay. One thing I love what the Diamondbacks do. They have these. They call them doubleheader concession stands. You get a 12-ounce soda for $2.99, a corn dog $2.99, a hot dog $2.99, popcorn $2.99, and a 12-ounce beer for $4.99. That is so cool that they do that. I love that.
1 minute.
You see more. You're starting to see more of that. But the Diamondbacks, I believe, for so many years, team marketing, which would rate the cost of going to a game, a baseball game. It's the tickets, the parking, the souvenir items, and all that. And Diamondbacks have always been number one, meaning the lowest price.
But they didn't start off that initially, because I remember a lot of folks were going to go have dinner before coming into the Diamondbacks because you were paying an arm and a leg for so much, and they finally got to that because of complaints. I should take the kids out before wherever, and then I'd get them some ice cream or soda, but I would never go in there and get hot dogs and burgers. $52 later, you're like, damn.
Because you go to a Suns game, Coyote games, you're just you get that credit card bill, and you're like,
oh
damn.
gosh,
Yep.
yeah.
I had a beer, it was $30.
Well, hey, going to concerts nowadays, same way.
It's awful. Of course, Sweet 16s today. We're going to catch up with play-by-play voice J.B. Long. He is also the Rams play-by-play voice, and he's with the Pac-12, at least was with the Pac-12. He will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Arizona and Clemson open today's 4-game Sweet 16 schedule. A win gets the Wildcats to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2015. The Diamondbacks released their opening day lineup versus the Rockies. The top of the lineup features Ketel Marte batting leadoff, Corbin Carroll second, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. third, and Christian Walker in the cleanup spot. Zach Gallen gets the start. The Suns take on the Thunder tomorrow in the third leg of their 4-game road trip. The Coyotes continue to play out the string with today's home tilt against the Nashville Predators. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona.
You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Learner Row is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Learner Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
The Diamondbacks celebrate winning the 2023 National League Championship on March 29th. Fans will receive an NL Championship t-shirt courtesy of Circle K. Get tickets now at dbacks.com.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
This is Pac-12 country. White to carry, White to cut back, White to the end zone. Time to catch up with one of the experts who you can see in here on the Pac-12 Network. Now let's talk everything Pac-12 on the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910.
All right.
Good love on the drive. The line underneath.
Drop.
Great feed to Johnson.
Of course, Arizona, only team left as Sweet 16 gets underway. They have game coming up here at just after 4 o'clock. We're at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Great place to watch a game, even though it's Tempe in Arizona State, but still a good place to watch. But joining us now, he's part of the Pac-12 Network. Also, the play-by-play radio voice for the Los Angeles Rams, JB Long. JB, it's Rock. How you doing, man? What's going on?
Roc, Manuch, and I hear JB too. What a full boat. Glad
yeah,
there you
go. Yes. Yep.
Enjoying the spring March Madness. I'm doing a little bit of the same. We've got the spring break underway here in Los Angeles, so my two boys and I are trying to make do. We're on child care duty before we turn it over to hoops tonight.
I love it. Well, let me ask you this. You know, Los Angeles, you know, as you know, we all come over there in the summer, and Long Beach, all over, Manhattan Beach, and it's, to me, it's always seems like it's been a Rams town. You know, I know the Chargers are there, but it's been a Rams town. But with the Chargers bringing on Jim Harbaugh, has that changed it at all? I mean, are they getting some exposure?
Yeah, I think there's been some national and local interest in bringing Harbaugh in. I think in particular, what can he do to take Justin Herbert to the next level? Herbert's own we're all fond of from his days at Oregon and the Pac-12, and got that big contract extension, and they just haven't been able to get over the hump in that division in particular. And who can blame them, because Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs still rule that roost and are coming off another championship. So they've had the roster, it seems like, but now they're going through a change at GM and head coach to try and get the most out of this franchise quarterback they've invested in. So, yeah, you know, my Rams colors will always want this to be a Rams town, and I think the Rams are in a great position despite the retirement of Aaron Donald. But what's great about Los Angeles is also what makes it unique on the football field, right? It's a melting pot. People come from all around the country and all around the world to live here. And so there's a Rams contingent. There's now a Chargers contingent, certainly a Raiders and 49ers, and you name it. Every time a big brand comes to town, like a Pittsburgh Steelers or a Philadelphia Eagles, their fans come out of the woodwork too. It's almost like a bowl game atmosphere every Sunday at SoFi Stadium.
And speaking of your Rams, you talk about Aaron Donald and the retirement moving on. Rams kind of quietly making a few offseason moves to bolster that depth. I thought Sean McVay, one of his better coaching dudes to get you guys how far you guys got into the playoffs, almost pulled the upset off as well too. So a lot of quiet underneath the linings there with the LA Rams, and a lot of things looking forward to coming up here this spring.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know that when you overachieve, you always come away with a better taste in your mouth no matter how the season ends. And the Rams had a pretty low hurdle to cross last year, but they got the double-digit wins and a playoff berth, and they played some of their best football down the stretch, which always makes it feel more encouraging going into the offseason. Now, they've had a human cheat code for the last decade playing defensive tackle, and so what does life look like without the best defensive player walking the planet? It's going to be more difficult. Aaron Donald spoiled us as those who follow the Rams for his entire tenure, from his Rookie of the Year season all the way through his 8 straight first-team All-Pro campaign. So he's a first-ballot Hall of Famer for a reason, and I think he uniquely devastated the division, if you know what I mean. Like, Kyler Murray's been a great quarterback when he's not playing the Rams. Russell Wilson was a great quarterback when he wasn't playing the Rams. So without Aaron Donald in the middle, it'll certainly look different, and I think they'll have to find ways to win on the margin because it'll be different without him, even as Stafford's prime has been extended here.
In your estimation, then, JB, is it still the 49ers? And then is it the 3 other teams who are battling for that next slot?
I think that's right. I mean, I don't want to concede that here in late March, but I think
No, I
you're right
understand
in saying
that,
that the 49ers have such a great run of success. And until someone can prove that they can take the division from their hands, it's San Francisco's to lose, but I think the moves that Seattle has made within their coaching ranks really impressive and will rejuvenate that franchise. I think the Arizona Cardinals had some sneaky good losses and made some progress last year, and the Rams are going to have to, like we said, figure out life without Aaron. And so I'm not sure how I would maybe power rank those 3, but I bet when we wake up in August and turn our attention to training camp, everyone will pick San Francisco atop the NFC West again.
All right, we got this big game tonight, the last of the Mohicans of the Pac-12 being U of A. And, JB, you watch this team, you broadcast this team, and you look at the Tommy Lloyd era, if you will. What makes this team is giving you confidence they can go ahead and beat Clemson tonight and move into the Final Four? What have you seen anything different this year than the past few years, JB?
Well, I think it's tough to be great start to finish in college basketball. And throughout Tommy's tenure, that's kind of been where they've been. They've had wonderful non-conference resumes, and it's been both a blessing and a curse in terms of the expectation that it's set for a program that already expects to make runs to Final Fours. I think the team they're playing tonight, Clemson, is interesting too because they kind of had a similarly fast start and then floundered a bit early in league play, and the ACC was noticeably slighted, I think, come March Madness in their tournament seeding and expectations, and they've overachieved. So Clemson's defense has been really, really good. What they've done to New Mexico and Baylor has been super impressive. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Arizona with a week of preparation is able to do. But there's a reason why Arizona was a preseason favorite. There was a reason why, even though they faltered and everyone wanted to find a reason to dislike them and to believe that there was something wrong in Tucson, they nonetheless prevailed and are the last Pac-12 team standing despite a good first week for the conference.
JB, with the Pac-12 network, obviously things are going to be changing. Are you hearing anything new in regards to what may happen here and where we will hear you again, when it comes to basketball, at least, in some capacity?
I appreciate you asking, and if you have a say or a voice at the table, please go to bat for me. I would love to be back in Tempe and Tucson specifically as much as possible, 2 places that are near and dear to my heart. My wife was born and raised there in the Valley. She went to Arizona undergrad and law school, so I do hope to stay as connected to those universities as best I can as they make their moves into the Big 12, and I think they'll do really, really well there competitively, and it'll be good for their fans and their alumni. But as for me and what comes next, I'm very much looking for answers to those questions too, and time will tell, but nothing but thankful for the decade plus that I had with the Pac-12 network and in the conference that I grew up in and rooting for.
And what is the latest as far as Pac-12 concerned? You got the 2 teams left. There's the Mountain West. There's a lot of talk and speculation about some things moving around in reference to that. What have you heard, or what are you aware of, or what's in the works, hopefully?
Well, and I think about the way that those two institutions, speaking of Oregon State and Washington State, finished the football season, and then especially what Kyle Smith and the Cougs were able to do in basketball season. I know he just took the Stanford job, and Pat Chun crossed the state to go to UW. It's been a season of upheaval,
3,
and clearly it's not done yet. So they're going to have a lot of tough questions to answer, and maybe a 2-year uphill battle to climb. But I know that the people in those places are equipped to handle that. And I still very much believe in those athletic departments and those universities and their brands. And I think West Coast sports has value. I think the 2 time zones that we live in and operate in mean a lot to us, clearly, mean a lot to the sports landscape. And no conference nor television package would be complete without them. So I like all of us, I wish we weren't in this position. I like the status quo. Clearly, I benefited from it tremendously. But I also don't think we've arrived at the final result. And a lot still has to happen in college athletics, driven by football first, and then we can maybe cobble back together whatever makes sense for the rest of the year.
JB,
revenue and non-revenue sports.
Right. Since Oregon State and Washington State maintain the Pac-12 name, and it is a major brand, could you see in another year, maybe 2 years, some sort of revival of the so-called Pac-12 using a list of Mountain West teams, something of that nature?
Well, I maintain optimism for the future of the Pac-12, and some of that is maybe naivete on my part, but I hope not. I believe in that brand. I believe in the 2 institutions that are remaining. I believe in Teresa Gold, the new commissioner, who I think is tremendous. We're focused on the men's tournament in Arizona run clearly, but how about what the women's basketball programs have continued to do and the rise of that sport and everything that the Pac-12 has done to elevate women's athletics? So at a time where that sport is as hot as ever, in terms of its popularity, in terms of its star power, I still think there's a lot there to capture and to build off of and maintain. And I would hate to see the great work that those coaches and programs have done be eroded by, the affiliation, the leagues that they're going to have to play in, and the trips that they're going to have to make moving.
1 minute.
But there's no use crying over spilled milk, though I understand the question. I would just like to hang on and hope for better things for all student athletes and coaches and administrators involved.
Oh, we could agree more. That's for sure. JB, thank you as always, man. It's going to be a fun weekend of Sweet 16 basketball, and then I'm sure the tournament, which is in our backyard, as you know. So we're pretty excited about it. But thank you as always to make some time for us here in Phoenix.
I do hope you guys are going to be able to enjoy the Final Four, and I almost set Bear down, but knowing that you're in Tempe, maybe I'll keep that to myself.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Speakers on pretty loud in here, so yeah, thank you. See you, JB. Thank you.
Have a good rest of your show.
You too. That's JB Long joining us here, former. I want to say Pac-12 former, but you can't. He's still Pac-12. Yeah, I hate saying that because you never know what's going to happen. Right. We really don't. Yeah. We do know we get to talk to him a couple times during the year for football, which, of course, he's been with the Rams forever. But he's also part of Westwood Run Radio as well, so you can catch him on some play-by-play there. But he is brought to you today by All City Towing. If you're looking for a new career this year that has incredible benefits and great pay, All City Towing continues to hire new people to join their team. Head to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com and search careers. All City Towing. Statewide service, and they answer your call 24/7, allcitytowing.com. Coming up, we need a contestant to challenge one of the beautiful girls here at the Tempe Twin Peaks. We'll take the fifth caller at 602-261, 602-260-9191. Where we need your picks for tonight's Arizona-Clemson game and tomorrow night's Duke-Houston game and the Suns-Oklahoma City game tomorrow. Those are your 3 games. We'll take them off the air. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Now, this is the Herd. You're excited. I'm excited. With Colin Cowherd.
J.J. McCarthy, he says, game manager, exceptional management skills. Kirk Cousins is old, expensive, and not mobile. And he just got $45 million in Atlanta. J.J. McCarthy is young, cheap, and mobile. So Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings coach, who I think is going to go try to get McCarthy, he'd like him.
This is the Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend at the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests during all 3 games. Plus a big screen smart TV will be given away during each game. 3 big ones. That's cash and prizes just for watching the games in the new showroom and sportsbook in Talking Stick Resort. And best of all, it's free. It's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 drafts, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Time for Pete's Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50
I put the picks on there
card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drives. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
All right, Robbie Hernandez, he's going to be our contestant. He's already in, and Julia was our server. We just got her picks. But before we get into that, I want to remind you tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of the Lent bundles at all the Twin Peaks. Through tomorrow, you can grab the beer battered fish and chips, and you can score them along with a 22-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light for just $12. Or you can grab them with a soda or iced tea for $10. So what a great deal if you're into the fish and chips and you are not eating meat on Friday.
I had that last week. Excellent.
Was it really?
Yes, very, very good. Very, very good. Beer battered fish and chips with the coleslaw.
All right, we're out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. So our picks this week, number 2 seeded University of Arizona against number 6 seeded Clemson. Robbie went with U of A. Who did Julian go with, Jax?
She went with Clemson.
Clemson. All right. Number 4 seed Duke against number 1 Houston. That's tomorrow night. Robbie went Houston, and Julia?
She went the opposite. She went Duke.
Oh, all right. And then finally, OKC and Suns tomorrow. And Robbie is going OKC. Julian?
The opposite.
Suns. So all opposite picks. So there you have it. Twin Peaks for a $25 gift card. Do we want to go dad jokes?
Absolutely.
Why
it's
not?
ready. I'll tell you, I've got the intro loaded already.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I have some here
Well, why
that I
wouldn't we?
put together, but I don't know if I'm in the mood to do it because you guys don't laugh at them.
What are you talking about? We don't
Wait a
laugh.
minute.
We love
Whoa,
it.
whoa,
We laugh all the
wait.
time.
Wait a minute. I have been the biggest supporter of this segment. You wanted to get rid of it, and I said, no, keep it in there. What are you talking about?
Jimmy and I look forward to this segment every week, Rock.
I got 4 of them.
All right.
Okay.
You know what? I'm executive producer.
Time for Rock's
That's
really
right. That boy
bad dad
Shoe.
joke of the day. I mean, really bad. Like, really bad. Here's Rock.
All right. Where did dads store their dad jokes?
Where they store their dad jokes?
Yeah.
I don't know. In a drawer.
In a database.
Oh, very good. Very good. Like that.
It's not a bad start.
No, that's not a bad
It's not a bad one.
Yeah, that's a good start. Okay.
You used to be able to get air for free at gas stations, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now it's $1. That's inflation for you.
Oh, very good.
Jimmy liked that one.
Very
Jimmy
good.
liked that
I
one.
did like that one. I did.
Yeah.
Why should you never brush your teeth with your left hand? Do you brush with the right or
I can
Right
do,
hand.
I
Yeah.
can do either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
I don't know why.
because a toothbrush works better?
Oh, I got it. Okay. All right.
All right. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he said that if he went off a cliff, it would be in his own accord. The good thing is he drives a Civic.
I knew. I was just going to say.
You would have got that one?
That'd be a different car. Yeah.
All right, last one. A man walks into a bar. The bartender asks, "What do you want?" The man says, "Oh, it's just some fruit punch." The bartender sighs, shakes his head. "If you want punch, you're going to have to wait in line." The man looks around, but there's no punch line.
Those are good, Rock.
Not bad.
Yeah,
They
not
get
bad.
better?
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
I think the first couple were better than the last.
Yeah, I think the database
I
was
thought that
really
was
good.
You let off with your best material, and that's tough, you know.
Yeah.
You let off with your best material because that last one, it just took a while to get there. It wasn't great.
Yeah, and the one with the car that on his own accord, we knew something was coming. Another vehicle.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
I was going to say another car is what I was going to say.
Jimmy, you didn't say anything the whole segment.
Well, I want to listen to the joke. I start laughing when the joke is on. I love the one.
Those are good, Rock.
Yeah.
Hey, we look forward to that every week.
All right, a little late, but football at 50. How about the Chiefs adding a rugby star to their team? They've signed European rugby player Luis Rees-Zammit as their new offensive weapon. He's expected to be a running back, perhaps a wide receiver. He's 23 years old, and he is going to get a shot. This marks the first time that each team will have a 17th roster spot on their practice squad, and specifically available for an international player.
Like an idiot, I tried to look him up, and I found a piece of video on him. This dude can fly.
So why would you be an idiot for doing that?
Well, just because it's a rugby player, why am I looking
Well,
at
they're the tough. It's the toughest sport of any sport.
We agree on that.
Yeah.
Yes, we agree.
Whatever, Jimmy. You agree?
It is the toughest sport.
It is.
Rugby?
Yes.
Oh, my God, Manuch. You should like it because it's close to football.
I've watched rugby matches. I've been there. You know, they scrum. They don't tackle per se. They get low.
Blow people up with big ass hits.
Not the toughest.
I used to work
my
for the.
goodness.
I did rugby at my club team in Ohio, and then I worked for a rugby team out here. Did some marketing for them. They are such badasses.
Yeah, they are. They're
They
tough.
would kick the you know what out of a football.
I don't think so. I don't think
What's
so.
the toughest sport then, in your opinion?
It's national.
Toughest
football.
sport.
Toughest is football.
Oh,
Football
come on.
by far.
got padding
By-
on.
You got pads.
Okay.
11, you got 10 people protect
Football
the quarterback.
is a car wreck waiting to happen every play.
No, it's not.
Sitting and
Rugby is
Rugby's
a car
not.
wreck.
Okay. Have you been to a rugby match in
Yes,
person?
Yes, I have
Right.
too.
I've gone to several.
Okay, they wrap up, they take down. They don't lead with their shoulders. They keep the head. They kind of tackle off the side.
Yeah, and they have all that
the
pads on too,
and all those
Yeah,
helmets.
and those
that they
helmets.
wear.
Those helmets and those pads hurt, by the way. I don't care what you have on, to tell you the
It
truth.
protects you.
I've broken ribs with guys with a rib pad on, for crying out loud.
I don't understand why you're so what's the word in a nice way on
Adamant.
radio?
He's adamant.
Adamant, stubborn. I think
Yeah.
is a
I'm
better
not
word.
stubborn, man, because I've
that
seen
football is tougher than rugby.
absolutely
or hockey.
tougher. Oh, absolutely. Hockey, rugby, any sport that's out there. Football is a car wreck. Blocking,
Tougher than
tackling.
UFC, Manuch? It's tougher than UFC.
Oh, absolutely. It's tough.
What?
UFC. Oh, yeah. It's
They
tougher than
punch, they kick, they beat the living you know what
they
out of each
wrestle.
other.
They wrestle. They
Wrestle.
take them down to the ground. They wrestle.
Grappling.
They grapple. They get down to the ground. Oh, my God. No. Football, by far. We already
All right,
proved
then get in the ring with Mike Tyson if it's so easy. Just go ahead. You can do it.
that's
Yeah.
boxing.
Place.
That's boxing.
Is boxing
No, but if it's
tougher
not,
than
if it's not as
football?
tough, if it's not as tough as football, just get in there. No
no,
problem.
no. You guys,
You
no.
guys are you're what are you smoking?
No, I don't care what it's National Football League, college football, high school football, tough, hard hitting.
We're not
play after play after
not
play.
questioning that 11 minutes of action. I'm not questioning that. I'm just comparing it to
No way,
rugby and to hockey, where you have a weapon in your hand.
Correct.
They
You're
can't
on
use it.
ice,
Can't use a weapon.
but they use it to
They
check.
use it all the
Yeah,
time.
are they checking every play? Well,
They
Jimmy,
check every
you're going to agree with
play.
Rock no matter what. So
No,
you're
I'm
No,
not.
it's
irrelevant.
4-1. It's
Okay.
4-1.
Yeah. So Jack, you played football. I disagree with
Correct.
y'all.
Yeah.
And it's not
Pretty
tough-
high
It's
level.
not tougher than UFC and rugby.
Oh,
It's
please. UFC is grappling once they're down the ground. And then rugby.
Let me ask you this: what would it take to get you to change your mind? Would it be like, what if your favorite player, Joe Namath, said it? Would you
Hell
adhere,
no.
would you adhere
No.
to him?
I've been there and done that. I've been at that
Not
level.
to that
No.
level, not Joe with the Namath level.
Okay, I was in the National Football League.
I know. I
that
respect
hit.
that. I respect that.
I do.
But I mean, to see
You
those
didn't,
guys.
you didn't get hit as much as
Let
Joe
me tell you
Namath
what.
did.
If you've been on the side of a
Oh,
National
I
Football
have
League game,
many games.
you see how hard they hit it, like 25 miles an hour.
Not
But no, we're
25
not saying the
miles
sport
an
is soft. We're just saying there are other sports that are more tough. It's not.
Yes.
It's not
No.
like we're saying the sport.
No way.
stinks.
We're not
No
knocking
way.
your sport.
No.
Jax, you were a wide receiver, which means at the University of Montana, you ran patterns over the middle, correct?
Yes.
Did you ever just get rocked at least once or twice or more than
30.
that?
Yes.
Okay, so because you got rocked, are you going to say that football, because it happened a couple of times, is much
20.
more, is more rough than rugby?
No.
Thank you.
Blocking, tackling, all the above. I'll go to my grave with that. Football is so much tougher
10.
than all the above.
Casey Jacobson, Hoops Coloranos will join us next. We're out here at Twin Peaks. It's Fox Sports Time.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch. Only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
iHeartRadio wants you to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers live on their Unlimited Love Tour in the city of your choice. We'll handle everything, including a special VIP package that includes limited edition tour poster and commemorative concert tickets. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and listen to Alt Radio for a chance to win. Tickets at LiveNation.com.
Replace your worn-out brakes and save now on Brake Best Select. Brake Best Select Pro are import direct brake pads and rotors only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Doug Gottlieb here. March is here. That means Chick Days, planting your garden, and college basketball. Just like in basketball, every team needs its MVP. When it comes to team members who go above and beyond, Tractor Supply has the winning lineup. Our home team at Tractor Supply is excited to support your hometown. We're proud to be part of the excitement of college basketball tournament season, and our home team looks forward to serving your hometown. Because every day is game day at Tractor Supply.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate, or hiring someone to move your piano instead of doing it yourself. So do things the better way. Bundle home and auto and save up to 25% with Allstate.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included when you buy an extended Silver Unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid.
Switch to Straight Talk. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. Taxes and fees apply.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Diamondbacks released their opening day lineup versus the Rockies. The top of the lineup features Kel Marte batting leadoff, Corbin Carroll second, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. third, and Christian Walker in the cleanup spot. Zach Gallen gets the start. The Suns take on the Thunder tomorrow in the third leg of their 4-game road trip. Arizona and Clemson open today's 4-game Sweet 16 schedule. A win gets the Wildcats to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2015. And on the ice, the Coyotes continue to play out the string with today's home tilt against the Nashville Predators. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for partly cloudy skies, overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s, and then for your Friday, plenty of sunshine with those temperatures in the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by try the new limited edition Orange Dreamsicle Frosty at Wendy's. Try the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty at Wendy's. It's like walking down recent memory lane. To have Orange Dreamsicle Frosty in our timeline is truly something special, and we shouldn't let the moment pass us by. And be quick, it's only available for a limited time.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
You got a cut from Tommy Lloyd here to start us off.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Anytime you can try to find an advantage, you try to wrap your arms around it. I feel like, for this time of year, we're pretty healthy. We're pretty rested, which is a little bit of a luxury. But, just because you had an extra day or a few extra hours, that doesn't mean you have a significant advantage this time of year because the other team's really good. I mean, they're really, really good. And they're playing for something as well. So, it was good to get back, catch our breath a little bit, and have kind of a normal week of preparation for us, because we're used to playing on Thursdays, Saturdays, basically what we do in our conference. So all in all,
You're hot.
I'd say we feel like we're in a pretty good place.
Arizona head coach Tommy Lloyd getting ready for a tip-off in about just over an hour as Arizona and Clemson will get going for the Sweet 16. Joining us now on the right to the guest line, first-round pick out of Stanford by the Phoenix Suns, lives here in the Valley, and always great to come on to talk some hoops. Is Casey Jacobson. Casey, got the whole crew today. How you doing today, man? What's going on?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on, guys. This is my favorite time of the year. I just celebrated a birthday last week, which always falls in the first or second round of the tournament. This is the best time of year to be a sports fan, and I'm always bored.
Hold on, let me get him back.
All right, we dropped him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know he was rolling.
Great
too.
birthday present to have.
Yeah, his birthday was on the 19th. He's got to love that. That's not bad to have a birthday in March.
So if you're,
I got to take off today and watch basketball.
kind of watch. Hey, honey, I got the next 2 weeks. It's my birthday. It's my present. Let me enjoy the NCAA tournament and work it from there.
You almost forget. You see him on television quite a bit. You almost forget that he was a Phoenix Sun for a while.
Yeah.
It had success. And for Arizona State fans, they are not big Casey Jacob fans because he put up 49 on him one game when he was at Stanford, as a Cardinal.
He was
So-
a really good college basketball player. He
Yeah,
really was.
and professional. Played
Yep.
many years at the professional
Yep.
level as too. Hopefully we'll get him back here and get that phone working. I do want to talk to him real quick. I know we're going to talk college basketball with him, but I want to get his take on the Phoenix Suns, the roller coaster ride that us as fans are. Get his thoughts. You lose to the Spurs, which you shouldn't have lost, and then you come back and you beat Denver, and you've beaten Denver. Denver's had 3 losses since the All-Star break, and 2 of them are against the Suns. So
in Denver.
It's interesting that, and you look at, Booker was out for the last one. Yeah, Murray was out for that one. Nurkic was out for this last night. So it's almost as if, Frank Vogel has got the Denver Nuggets number.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have their number, you feel it. And you look at the energy the Suns came with, the focus, aside from the turnovers, which is still an Achilles heel for this team. 16 last night?
Point guard.
I agree, Jimmy. Just get the ball out of Kevin Durant's hands.
Yes.
For a short period of time. But, he has a double-double, close to triple-double. And
5 blocks.
And 5 blocks of Suns team, but at 8 turnovers on top of all that.
Do we have him?
Yes.
Hey, Casey, sorry about that. We got you now?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm here. I was rambling on about how great March Madness is, and I was talking to no one. Now I'm here.
Well, we'll get back into that, but before we do, we were just talking. Your thoughts on this Phoenix Suns team? The fact that they're so inconsistent. You lose to San Antonio, and then you come back and you beat defending champs. What do you see here in the last few weeks with this team?
A lot of teams, and this isn't just an NBA problem, it's a sports problem. A lot of teams that are talented but don't have a ton of continuity or experience playing with each other. This is what you get. They can galvanize when they're playing upper tier competition that really challenges everything that they have to offer. And when they're not, and they're expected to beat lower level teams, they're inconsistent. So this isn't a problem just with the Suns. It's a problem with the, you see it in college basketball, and you see it in the NFL and college football as well. When you play up and down to the level of your opponent, that's just a reflection of a team that's talented, but doesn't have a true identity or a true soul, if you know what I mean.
I'm with you on that 100%. And they don't have a true point guard. I've hyped on that most of the season. Manuch made a good point because Durant last night, even though he had a spectacular game, he turned the ball over 8 times. It's for me, Casey. I know that Book can handle that. I know that you can use Beal in spot point guard opportunities as well. But do you see that really being a problem for the Suns when they get into the playoffs?
Well, I can make an argument either way.
Okay.
I understand your point. We love traditional point guards, and I'm one as well. I always say that the point guard is the most important position in basketball. However, there is a precedent for this, for a team, an NBA team, being successful and or winning championships without a traditional point guard. It really depends on your stars. Like Shaq and Kobe ran the triangle offense under Phil Jackson, and their point guard was who? Brian Shaw and Derek Fisher?
Yeah.
So, but when you have 2 studs like that, is the point guard the most important position in basketball? I would argue it's not in that certain instance. Michael Jordan, the same thing. His point guard, John Paxson and B.J. Armstrong, and those aren't world beaters. And when LeBron James and the Lakers won the NBA title in the bubble, it was LeBron James bringing the ball to the floor and playing through Anthony Davis, and they didn't really have a point guard. So it can be done. You have to have total studs that could just, dominate their respective position, and where a defense has literally answer for them. But it is very rare. And so, sometimes, again, this goes back to, though, my first answer was, you put Beal and Booker and Durant, 3 of the best, at their respective positions, or arguably top 3 at their positions on the floor together. You think we'll figure it out. We'll figure the rest out. And I'm okay with that. I love and support still.
Lost him again.
All right.
That's on him.
Casey Jacobson, too. Appreciate him joining us, but we'll move on. Unfortunately, he's in a good spot for us. But man, you would think technology these days.
Well, and to his point, he still sees that you can have a lot of cooks in the kitchen. necessarily you can spoil the broth, right?
Yeah.
Or until they get. But I think of Denver. Look how many years they had all those guys together before they finally broke through. I mean, think of the frustration with the Nuggets fans go, wait, you've got these 3 or 4 guys.
Right.
They finally broke through last year. Now, I understand that to a point, but it's frustrating for fans.
But you could tell last night how much, against the Suns anyway, how much Denver missed Jamal Murray. Because
well,
of
he
all
handles
the
the
things
ball,
that he
right?
yes, he handles the ball. Yep.
Yeah, it was I had a feeling they were going to win that game.
Yeah, we did too.
We did too.
We all just thought, it's like
watch them win.
Yeah.
And then, but as long as you think, okay, if they win this game, can they finally find that consistency to keep
but we
that
say that
level?
We say that all the time.
I know, and that's what's frustrating. So now it's like I said, 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. The constant going back and forth. It's kind of a yo-yo effect, up and down, up and down. That's what's frustrating.
I mean, they're going to get in, whether it's a play in or whatever, but I don't know what team to expect. What team we're going to see.
That's the point right there, Ron.
Even if they are healthy and they have the big 3, I mean, it's not like they've had a lot of games together.
Yeah, and I think what Case was hinting at is that, look, you can't just throw these superstar dudes on the court and expect to work itself out. That's why it takes a long time to figure this out. I'm like, well, don't they have it figured out by now? You would think.
Beal's been here, 4 months, 5 months,
4 months,
6 months? I mean, playing.
And the continuity.
And it's not like they don't practice occasionally together.
They do all the time.
I don't know. Listening to people the last couple of days, specifically after that loss to San Antonio, and you wonder, do they have the right coach?
Sure, you do. I mean, look at
you do?
Yeah, you. Well,
you do.
I'm like,
sure you do.
My contention is I have not seen enough out of Frank Vogel to keep him for next year because of the constant turnovers, the inconsistencies,
That's my
the
point.
ups and the downs, and that type of thing. So I got to tell you, I think that Matt Ishbia and his staff, they make the play-in if they're one and done, or even if they make it into the first round, or I said, what do you call it, the quarter round, and they back out. He expected this team to have a shot at winning the Western Conference title, and nothing short of it. He expected this team to have enough talent to pay for these guys, to bring these guys in to try to at least get an NBA championship. He didn't bring these guys in just to be in the play-in.
Correct.
So I got to think that Frank Vogel is on the hot seat right now.
But look
with what we've seen.
But look who's also in the play-in. The Lakers are in the play-in.
1 minute.
The Golden State Warriors are in the play-in. The Sacramento Kings are in the play-in. They're all several games over 500. It just goes to show you how difficult the Western Conference is.
Okay, but those teams, the Golden State, they've won their championships. They've been there, done that. The Lakers have been there and done that.
Yeah.
Okay, the Suns are trying to make the next step up to get back to where they were a few years ago, win the Western Conference, and try to make amends when they lost 4 in a row to Milwaukee Bucks.
Who was the point guard on the court?
That was CP3.
There you go.
Yeah, CP3. So, so Matt Ishbia is going, okay, I've got you 3 dudes. I've got you a pretty solid bench. I've got this, and this. You opted not to go with the point guard. If it comes back to haunt them, and they don't get to at least, it's for me as a Suns fan, what Matt Ishbia did to make it is the Western Conference final or bust, as it should have been for this team.
What if we start hearing rumblings that Matt Ishbia is in Tom Izzo's ear? Tom Izzo's making $6 million at Michigan State.
Good point, Rock.
Do you make a run? He's 68 years old or somewhere around there. He may not want it.
Well,
but he may be one of those coaches that we're starting to see that don't want to deal with this transfer portal BS anymore.
Could be.
And, I mean, he's everything at Michigan State. I mean, the football stadium is named after him.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense, the basketball coach.
I think what Matt Ishbia looks at is this defensive coordinator type guru. It fell to pieces. It never worked for Frank Vogel. They've had to outscore. Now, last night, finally,
they did a good
97
job
points.
yes.
Yeah, they were focused.
Yep.
They were dialed in.
So what does that tell you?
It
tells you that it's on the players for not
I get
doing
that.
what they're supposed to do when they're on the court.
And I get that, Jimmy. I understand that, but there's got to be a point in time. Maybe it's the system. Maybe it's a defensive system, whatever it is, because they can score. We see that. It's just a matter. Maybe that message, the Frank Vogel message, isn't as clear as Matt Ishbia wanted it to be.
Just want to stand corrected. It's not the football stadium. It's the football building that's named after Tom Izzo there. Anyway.
I knew it was like on there.
So would you rather have 100% chance of winning $1 million or a 75% chance at winning $100 billion? Think about that. We're going to get before we talk some football with Howard Balzer. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks, Tempe.
Clear traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Traffic is down to just one lane due to a crash 17 southbound south of the Loop 303. Now, Loop 303 southbound on-ramp from Bethany Home Road, we have a crash. And also Loop 202 Red Mountain Freeway near 24th Street, accident off right.
This report is sponsored by Cafe Rio. Cafe Rio now has bowls. That's right. Now you can build your own bowl with tasty new flavors like pollo asado, avocado corn salsa, grilled fajita veggies, or any of your go-to favorites. Try one today. Head to CafeRio.com for the Cafe Rio app to craft yours.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. From tequila cocktails to an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls in the 29-degree drafts. Stop by any 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations today.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
We all know the best offense is a good defense, so it might be time to schedule that vasectomy. Lots of sports betting goes on in March, but your safest bet is to schedule your vasectomy. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Iowa women's basketball star Caitlin Clark was invited by USA Basketball to participate in their Olympic training camp April 3rd through the 5th in Cleveland, Ohio. The women's Final Four is scheduled from the 5th to the 7th. The NCAA men's basketball tournament Sweet 16 round tips off today with Arizona and Clemson out of the West. And the Diamondbacks finalized their roster. Infielder Blaze Alexander made the team. I'm Seth Everett.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Tractor Supply.
Gottlieb here. Just like in basketball, a successful game plan starts with having the right players. The MVP team at Tractor Supply brings both hustle and heart. That's what really sets them apart. So lace up your sneakers and make winning plays by heading to your local Tractor Supply store today.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Here's Booker. Corner 3, no good. Young with the putback. Got it at the buzzer. Thaddeus Young getting quality minutes off the bench. Has not been playing a lot.
Nurkic, big opportunity for Thaddeus Young. He's going to try him out at the 5. Stays engaged, gets it up in time over outstretched arms of Jokic, and it gives him a little burst heading into the half.
Right. Thanks, ESPN there. The Lerner Rowe one call. That's all. Interact. Need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always at lernerrowe.com. By the way, the Lerner Rowe golf tournament is coming up. If you go to Lerner Rowe Gives Back, it is on the 26th of April. It's the 11th annual. Last year, they raised over $1 million in one golf
Good for
tournament.
you guys, Rock.
This
That's
is
awesome.
a really big tournament. It's at the Cormac Ranch. They take over both 18s, food trucks. I always bring in Mr. Softy. This year, we're giving away Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B golf towels. Just
Like it?
ordered those.
All right.
Yeah, so
all right.
if you guys are good and
Absolutely.
don't mess around, I'll maybe give you one. But we'll
Appreciate
see.
that.
You know, you're not going to make any money winning the lottery, right? It's just, let's just be honest. The Mega Millions, no one won the Powerball last night. But here's a fun hypothetical. Would you rather have a 100% chance of winning $1 million or a 75% chance of winning $100 billion?
$100 billion?
Yeah. So the first option is guaranteed money. That would change your life, right?
Would, yeah.
The second would make you one of the richest people in the world, and there's a 1 in 4 chance you get nothing. So someone polled about 1,500 people on Reddit, and it was close. 48% would go with the guaranteed money. 52 would take the risk and go for the $100 billion. Jimmy B?
I'm going the guaranteed money.
Yep.
I'm an old rat bastard now, so that $1 million would cover me for the rest of my life. I'm good.
Same thing. I'd take the guarantee. Take the $1 million, take it right now, go invest it, and use it wisely.
Jax?
I'm going to go with the guaranteed as well. I know it's a simple answer. I know it's a boring answer, Rock, but I want my money.
I want my cash.
Shoe?
Give me my $1 million, please.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't higher. I would have said 80% guaranteed money. Take that $1 million, invest it, do whatever. Man, that was interesting.
$100 billion. By the way, somebody in New Jersey, Rock, won the Mega Millions, $1.2 billion.
Really?
And they did a story. The guy, a small store there in New Jersey, the owner gets $30,000 off the top.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, $30,000 off the top, and the winner is anonymous as of right now.
I would be anonymous too.
I think the cash out was after taxes like $500 million.
I know.
I think I could handle that.
And I would go to that store and give him more than $30,000. I can tell you.
The average American spends 84 hours a year working sick, working sick, or just over 2 weeks worth of work days. How about that?
So, okay, working. So that there's a sick, or they just fight through the sickness. They continue to work through it. Okay.
Which isn't smart because then other people get sick.
I agree. Yeah. If you're not feeling it,
you know my love for Winnipeg.
Oh, you love them, Rock.
Love Winnipeg.
Don't you have that new jersey or new sweater?
Yeah, big Winnipeg fan. Going back many years on this show, other station, we got in multiple fights with Winnipeg media.
Jimmy Rock had a buddy up there that called him out.
Little fat, you know what? Anyway, a woman accidentally from Winnipeg gave out cannabis edibles during Halloween.
Oh
no,
man!
And she just got sentenced to $5,000 in fines.
The
thing is, it's Canada, only $5,000 in fines. So she was giving away these. They're called Nerds, Nerds brand candy, which can't be bought legally in Canada either. So I guess people were, coming through Halloween trick or treating, and sure enough, she was giving those instead of the legal ones, and. Not legal ones, but ones that weren't.
So
they weren't
cannabis.
The nerds.
Would it make the kids very sleepy, hungry? What would it do? Because some of those parents may want to know what are stashes to help calm those kids down. What would those edibles do?
Imagine if you're a parent, you're totally against marijuana and cannabis, and you find out your kid's been eating these nerds for a couple weeks now, and the kid's laughing, he's eating more, he's having a good time. What would you do? I mean,
I don't know, man.
I'm surprised $5,000 is all the fine was.
Well, they're pretty lenient up there in Canada, Rock. So I mean,
she pleaded guilty to it.
Well, yeah.
And by the way, I made a big mistake here. This didn't happen this past year. This happened in 2022.
Oh, okay.
So they finally caught up to it.
Just
the
now?
legal system up there, I guess, takes a little while.
Well, during COVID, things were backlogged, so they finally caught up to edibles. Probably in the back burner of the court system up there.
All I know is that you referred to if the kids were eating a lot more. I just can tell you this from my days in college, and after a little session, I think I ate a big box of Bugles in about 30 seconds. Just both hands going in and throwing them right in.
Munchies on steroids.
On steroids. You got it.
A story that we brought you in the first hour, it needs to come back because I've gotten 4 text messages because people have heard parts of it. And there's a position that is available on a website called betus.com. And they're looking to hire wiener connoisseurs. And what this is you would be hired to visit all 30 Major League Baseball parks and check out the wieners at each one. You taste test dozens of hot dogs, and they want you to measure each weenie to see which Major League club has the biggest and the smallest. And then once you get your hands on them, Jimmy, you'll need to measure the length and the girth or the diameter, and also how heavy it is.
Okay.
And it's not a full-time gig, but you get game tickets, you get travel, and you get $2,500, and they toss you a $500 gift card at MLBshop.com. So you got to go to the website, and the website is betus.com, and it's up there.
So I have a question because we talked about this in hour number 1. We're bringing it back up, and something just popped into my head. If you're going to what would be 30 different Major League ballparks to have a hot dog experience, and not only are you going to do these measurements, but you're also going to probably rate the hot dog itself based on taste.
Yeah.
You have to treat every hot dog the same, right? Because some places have a hot dog where they have a different bun or they have different toppings that you can put on.
True.
So you have to just get a plain hot dog.
Yeah. Well,
at every place, either go ketchup, mustard. Like you have to keep it consistent.
So maybe you got to take a page out of Dave Portnoy and his pizza slice or one bite. It's
right,
and that's it. Because I watch his stuff every day. And he's been in here. He's been to Arizona. He's rated Venezia's. He's
He was
rated
just at the Yotes game the other night,
Barrios.
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was at the Yotes game the other night, which was Venezia's Pizza, and a bunch of others throughout the valley. And he grades them between 0 and 10 or whatever it is. I mean, he's even done like Chuck E. Cheese and Domino's and all that stuff. But
2.
He's got his rule. It's a slice. It's no pepperoni or anything on it, and it's one bite, and that's it.
And if you're going to call me a connoisseur, I take that, I have to do this the right way. I have to be
I
very
agree.
consistent in my approach.
So the question is, do you put mustard or ketchup on it?
See, I would put if I were
Both.
the wiener guy, mine would be the mustard
1 minute.
and relish, and then I would take.
But then you have to do that everywhere, Jimmy.
Yes,
but
Every
not
single
all-
place you go, you have to do the same thing.
I'm good
Let me
with that.
let me ask you this though. Like in some ballparks, I think they got those hawkers.
Yeah.
Do they have relish in a little pack? I mean, usually it's just mustard or ketchup. So you may
what if
be screwed
what
on
if it's
that.
a poppy seed roll too? They
would-
have
Oh,
those rolls
yeah.
with this,
Boy.
like
Like
they don't have those
Portillo's.
everywhere, do they?
Portillo's has got that bread.
It's not
Really,
complicated. Just taste the damn hot dog and just let it know if it's good or bad.
This is important work we're doing, Manuch. We have to make sure we do it correctly.
I think it'd be awesome because you're doing social media. You're sitting there and you're a single guy and you're cruising around. You're at the ball. But what are you doing? What's your profession? I'm a wiener connoisseur.
Getting paid for it. They're flying me all over the place.
Break.
Plus gift cards.
Man. Howard Balzer will join us next. He'll get his take on the NFL competition committee deciding to change the kickoff rule. So we'll get his thoughts on that, as well as any news regarding the Cardinals and the upcoming draft. This is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks in Tempe.
Clear.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Diamondbacks released their opening day lineup versus the Rockies. The top of the lineup features Ketel Marte batting leadoff, Corbin Carroll second, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. third, and Christian Walker in the cleanup spot. Arizona and Clemson open today's 4-game Sweet 16 schedule. A win gets the Wildcats to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2015. The Coyotes take on the Predators tonight. The Suns battle the Thunder tomorrow. Mercury stars Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner were named to the 14-player USA Basketball Women's National Team's training camp roster. Preparations for the Olympics begins next week. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for partly cloudy skies, overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s, and then for your Friday, plenty of sunshine with those temperatures in the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Classic Hamburgers. This March at Wendy's, get a Dave's single for $1 or Dave's double for just $2 with the in-app offer. Limited time offer at participating U.S. Wendy's. Redeem in Wendy's app. Account registration required. See offer in Wendy's app for details.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein. So keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag sexy roof status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner & Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney.
Join Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests, plus 3 big screen TV giveaways. That's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort, April 6th and 8th.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
Doug Gottlieb here. March is here. That means Chick Days, planting your garden, and college basketball. Just like in basketball, every team needs its MVP. When it comes to team members who go above and beyond, Tractor Supply has the winning lineup. Our home team at Tractor Supply is excited to support your hometown. We're proud to be part of the excitement of college basketball tournament season, and our home team looks forward to serving your hometown, because every day is game day at Tractor Supply.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Howard's there. Points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
Okay, Jenny, you're in that forward.
Coach, you sure you don't want me to take over? It seemed like you weren't feeling too good earlier.
I'm feeling better.
No cough or chest congestion?
Took Mucinex Kickstart.
No more headache?
Nope.
Fever? Body pain?
I'm back in the game.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation.
That's it, Jenny. Take the shot.
With Mucinex Kickstart, it's not cold and flu season, it's comeback season. Buy Mucinex Kickstart now at your favorite retailer. Use as directed.
Doug Gottlieb here. Just like in basketball, a successful game plan starts with having the right players. The MVP team at Tractor Supply brings both hustle and heart. That's what really sets them apart. So lace up your sneakers and make winning plays by heading to your local Tractor Supply store today.
He's been covering the National Football League for close to 50 years. A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
This doesn't look like our football's looked, right? This is a different look, and that scares people, right? For us as a committee, we weren't scared by it because we've looked at these plays for the last couple of years. I've literally watched every single XFL kickoff return. And then when we had the special teams coaches who had been working on this formation for probably 2 years, when they came in and made their presentation to us and showed us what they thought the results of the play would be and why, and what they wanted from a formation standpoint and how they wanted two back and all the intricacies of the play, we became very comfortable. I think the hard thing for the coaches and for the teams is now you show up here, okay? There's a lot of media. There's a lot of stuff going on at this owners meeting, and we present this rule to you, and you look at it and go, wow, that's a lot, and this is a big change. And the answer is it is and it isn't. It is a big change, but it's taken us back in time when this play used to be real. When we were returning kickoffs 86, 90% of the time. We were having touchbacks on an annual basis of 300, 400 touchbacks in a year. Now we're at 2,000. Okay, so we've lost all those plays. We've lost 30,000 yards of returns in a year compared to when you take this year versus 2010. So to us, we got to put that back in the game. And so what I give the coaches and I give the owners credit for is when we showed them how we got here, all the work that had been done, and we showed them that the ultimate object of health and safety is to try to take a play and make it safer and better.
That's NFL Competition Committee Chair Rick McKay. We thought it'd be appropriate to play a little bit of that as a big change in the NFL when it comes to the kickoff rule. And Howard Balzer joins us now to kind of talk about this. Howard, you've been covering the sport for a long time, and he's right when he says there aren't as many, return yards and things of that sort, and so many touchbacks. Do you like this change?
I really do. And when you hear it in those pure numbers, losing 30,000 yards and the number of touchbacks, it really makes it a headliner in that respect. And it was only getting worse. And so they've decided to do something bold. It's on a 1-year deal, so we'll see how it plays out. But I'm gonna tell you about a guy that you probably never heard of. His name is Sam Schwartzstein. He played offensive line for Stanford back in the early 2010s. It was actually a teammate of Andrew Luck. Pretty good player, but not pro caliber. I met him at the Combine in 2019, the year before the XFL was going to kick off for the first time. And I met him with some other people there. And, of course, Oliver Luck, Andrew's father, was the commissioner. And Andrew told him about Sam. And so he was hired to, quote, reimagine football and come up with some different things for that league. And he came up with that kickoff. And I remember him telling me about it this one day at the Combine. And I'm thinking in my head, this is nuts. This is crazy because you can't picture it, right? So I said, well, let's see what happens. And then you start watching it and you see that it's a fun play. And there's chances for returns. There's returns on almost every kickoff. And it puts it back in the game. I give the NFL credit because a lot of times they get criticized. They go, well, they're not going to go for something, quote, funky or weird that another league, a lesser league than them, did. But they went for it, and they're taking a shot and, being a little bold and seeing what it's going to do. But I think it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to put the return back in the game. Teams are now going to be, and here's the thing about those special teams coaches, guys. They would have to prepare during the week and during training camp and all that for kickoff returns. And it was basically a waste of time, but you still had to prepare for it because you never knew when the other team might kick it short or do something like that. And you'd have to have a return. And so you're using all that practice time for something that hardly ever happened. And then in the Super Bowl, it really brought it home when there were 13 kickoffs in that game and none of them were returns. They were all touchbacks. So, like I said, I think it's going to be fun. Who knows what the result will be, but, Cordaro Patterson was signed to a contract the day the rule was voted on the other day. And now all of a sudden the special teams coaches are going to go, oh, man, we're going to have some fun with this, just figuring out what we're going to do as the kickoff team, as the return team, and all those things. And like I said, I think it's going to be fascinating to watch. And it'll put the play back in the game. That's the bottom line.
The only thing that doesn't go back in the as far as the plays goes, so the onside kick is going to have to be predetermined. Is really
Right.
the only drawback on this one here, Howard, from that standpoint. But they did acquiesce, allowing 6 guys either on one side or the other side of the kicker, where before it was just 5. So I guess there's still a good chance you get that regular, normal onside kick.
Yeah, but it won't be normal, mainly, and it hasn't been. A lot of people, they bemoan it, but I think they said that last year in the league there were 2 surprise onside kicks tried, right? And of course they weren't successful. And it's more not because of the guys on the side of the field; it's because you can't take that running start and create those collisions a lot of times that would result in those returns. I will make this prediction, guys, that another play that was started by the Alliance of American Football, where there was a team here in Arizona back in 2019. they put in that rule where they called it fourth and 15, and it's really not fourth down. It's just a play, and if you can gain that many yards, and you do that instead of an onside kick, and if you complete it, then you keep the ball. The NFL's talked about it. There's been coaches going on record saying they'd like to see it. My prediction is they weren't going to do that in the same year, but I'm predicting that within a couple of years they're going to put that play into the game, so teams will be able to, and maybe you won't be able to do it as a surprise, but at least when you do them at the end of games, you have a play that might have a better chance of working than the onside kicks, which are rarely successful anymore because of the rules they put in.
It's unfortunate, Howard, as the USFL and the XFL merge. They start this weekend. Now, of course, it's called the UFL, and they're not going to adopt that. And it's unfortunate because I think people would have tuned in to see this because there's so much talk about it. I think they're missing a boat on that.
Yeah, I am too. And I was quite shocked, actually, when that league decided not to do that. I don't know why they would decide that. I think maybe because, the USFL had, the XFL had that rule, but the USFL didn't. Mm-hmm. And I think that probably in that league, you're talking about guys, that certainly, let's be honest, aren't as fast, aren't as big, there's not as much collisions on the kickoff. And they might have looked at it and say, hey, we don't have to do that because we had the kickoff in the game and we were fine with it. There weren't an increase in injuries. And so it wasn't a problem. But you're right on that regard that they're missing the boat because now here's the question. If the UFL was using that this year, would the NFL have voted for it? I guess we'll never know the answer to that. But if they had, then you're 100% right. That league's kicking off and more eyes would have been on it to see the play and just watch the league and say, hey, you know what? This is fun football. It's not the NFL, but it's still competitive, fun football. So for that respect, you're 100% right. They're missing the boat, I think.
I wonder, too, is, touchbacks are now on the 30. Used to be 20. Then it goes 25. 25, excuse me. When is it going to end? And now we're looking at stats, and you look at players, and, they're starting now 5 yards ahead, which is going to change numbers down the road. It's just, I think us old timers, at least for myself, hate change.
Well, no, I understand that, but hey, change happens. That's the way it is.
Yep.
But here's the interesting thing to me is if all of a sudden, they start seeing more returns and more successful returns, maybe the kickoff team will say, hey, you know what? The heck with it. Put it in the end zone, have a touchback, and the other team will only get it 5 yards ahead. I was a little surprised that they didn't make it a little further than that to even limit more the chance that teams might decide to, kick it in the end zone anyway. And so, and the other part of it is the kickers are going to have to learn new ways of kicking. Because all of a sudden you're kicking at the 35, and there's no real advantage to kicking it high for hang time if there's going to be a return because all the players are in the same spot. And so the kickers are going to have to, if they don't put it in the end zone, they're going to have to learn, they're kicking off the 35, has to be inside the 20. So let's say you're aiming for the 5 or the 10-yard line. That's not that long a kick. So they've got to figure out ways where they keep the kick in play and not, just kick it too hard and get it into the end zone. So a lot of kickers are going to have to adjust their technique during OTAs and training camp, getting ready for the preseason games and the regular season.
Howard, have a great weekend. Thank you for breaking that down for us. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure, guys. Take care.
Howard Balzer joining us, and you can follow him at USA Today Cards Wire. Has been doing this for a long time, also part of SiriusXM, which brought us that sound from Rich McKay as well. It's brought to you today by the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em. Go to fanpick'em.com. We got the 16-team bracket contest that's underway, and you got about 15 more minutes to get in and get your picks in. And thanks to our friends over at Bad Birdie. Bad Birdie, yes, Bad Birdie Golden Juicy Golden Ale, which Jack today is wearing the shirt that they gave us last week, the free shirt, so good job.
No, I actually bought this with
the
Christmas gift card that Manuch got me from Van's Golf Shop.
Oh, okay. I like that.
With the good use.
Good stuff. All right, we're coming up with what's on tap today, as well as we'll tell you what's going on in regards to the March Madness. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Bruce and Rob Parker.
People are interested in Caitlin Clark.
and her incredible shooting. It's must-see TV if you're around TV and you love to see somebody put up a three-pointer a la Steph Curry kind of thing that made that a phenomenon. It ain't about women's college basketball.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
202 Red Mountain Freeway westbound. This is near 24th Street. Have an accident off right. 303 southbound at Bethany Home Road. Crash on the on-ramp off right. And we have an accident Thomas Road. This is near Grand Avenue.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment. Summit Racing has the parts you need to keep your truck rolling right. From custom grills to tonneau covers and everything in between. Shop SummitRacing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends April 14th, 2024.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
At Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all, the collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and I530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the I530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player's design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in store at Van's Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Erase and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings. Tomorrow from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot. Right, great listen tomorrow morning. Jody Ayler here on Fox Sports 910. We'll tell you what's on tap tonight. Coming up here at 4:09, you got the tip-off between Clemson and Arizona. That'll be on CBS 5. Predators and Coyotes, 7 o'clock, and Rockies are in town for opening day with the D-backs. And for that, television-wise, it came out late last night into this morning. Channel 34 on Cox, and if you have Dish Net or DirecTV, it is 686. But if you have Dish, YouTube, Sling, Hula, all those, you are out of luck if you want to watch the Diamondbacks this year. Maybe something will change over the course of the next few months if there's enough pressure. But, there's 3 teams that are dealing with the same thing in Major League Baseball. So D-backs being one of them.
That was refreshing to hear that it'd be on I've got Cox here on 34.
Right.
And I got a couple texts, my sister and a few other folks. Hey, because we all have the Cox. Go to 34. We're like, okay, where do we go find it? Where are we going to find it? Matter of fact, my sister said the other day, where am I going to go find the Diamondbacks? I said, well, Diane, just go check out your local streaming scenarios because it had not come out. It was beyond Cox and then direct. So those are some of the things very much a relief from that standpoint. You can watch the Diamondbacks now instead of trying to find and search.
Hey, DirecTV, I'm good with that. It's 686. Works for me.
Coyotes tonight are having they're celebrating Inspiring Women Night. Pretty excited about that.
Is that why you're going to the game?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Great timing, Rock. Attaboy.
I picked one of the worst games to go to.
Way to support the women in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's just of all the games that's been on my calendar for many months. That okay, on the 28th we're going to go to the Yotes game.
You had it circled.
Didn't think about the tournament, and I do like Nashville, but I don't like the fact that this Nashville team is pretty damn good. They are really, really good.
Yeah.
And trying to see these numbers that I pulled earlier today. I can't seem to find it in my notes, but there is a crazy stat with these guys that they are like just on fire. Here it is, 16-0-2. That's their record since their 9-2 loss to the Dallas Stars on February 15th.
Wow.
Which led to the cancellation of a team trip that was supposed to go to go to Vegas to see U2 perform in the Sphere.
Yeah.
So it is the longest point streak in franchise history or anyone in the NHL this season.
Damn.
16-0-2, and they got the Yotes tonight. But,
Heads up.
hey, they don't got Donor. So let's see if we can get a couple more goals tonight.
Yeah. Him and Keller having at it. How cool was that to see Josh Doan get those 2 goals?
You can't write a better script.
Yeah, it was great.
And I had no idea because I haven't been. Even if I was going to a lot of games, I wouldn't go right before the game starts. But I guess what they do, the Yotes do, if you're a rookie and you get called up, you go out on the ice first. They put your name up, and you skate around. Then everybody else comes out. I thought that was pretty cool.
Was cool.
Yeah, Manuch
really
asked
cool.
me about that. He said, how come there were so few people in the stands?
They do that for all the rookies.
They do it, yes.
But they do it so
for
early. I mean, hardly anybody was in the stands yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd never be there that early.
I mean, yes.
But it's tradition. It's a thrill for that player. That's the whole idea.
So there's what's on tap, brought to you by the Roc and Manuch Lager and Amber. The Amber is currently located at Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale and BKD's Backyard Grill in Chandler. And then the Lager is in the sports book at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona, and Upper Crust in Phoenix. So here's your schedule, too, staying along that when it comes to the NCAA tournament. Clemson and Arizona is going to tip off at 4:09. San Diego State and UConn will be on TBS at 4:39. And then after the conclusion of those games, approximately about 6:39, Alabama, North Carolina on Channel 5. And then 7:09, Illinois and Iowa State on TBS.
Folks, our State 40 referee, it's your call question of the day. What was the biggest key for the Suns' win over last night's Nuggets game? Go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Was it holding the Nuggets under 100 points? KD with the double-double, Suns bench with 29 points, or Suns energy and focus? That's what I voted for.
3.
66.7% said Suns energy and focus, followed by the Suns bench with 29 points. Nice to see them get into at least the 20s in reference to that. So big game. Hopefully they can carry that over tomorrow night against Oklahoma City Thunder. Getting all that going.
So did I tell you guys the story about the wiener connoisseur yet?
Yes, you did.
And you looked right at me because I had driven the Wienermobile.
You want to smell like Easter this weekend?
Smell like Easter? What does Easter smell like?
There's that, what are those little candies, the Peeps?
Yes,
Oh,
Peeps.
Peeps,
Yeah.
yeah.
They now have a Peeps body spray.
Do they really?
Yeah.
No.
Peep.
How about that?
Is that like the hot dog water that we were talking
Yeah.
about earlier?
So we got hot dog water
I
coming
do
out.
like those, but you can only eat a couple of them.
A couple of Peeps.
Put
Oh.
a few of those in, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, man, I shouldn't have had that last one. You're like, oh, man.
You got the dark chocolate. I like the hollow bunnies or the hard bunnies there, Jimmy.
2 minutes.
I'm for the hollow bunny.
Same here, man. I like to pop that, get
Yeah.
a nice slice.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I'm a dark chocolate guy. I love the hard dark. Because one of those things, you were small, lasted like 3 weeks. Eat the hard one. The hollow one, you knocked it out in a day.
That's
of course,
it.
you were sick.
Yeah.
Do you still get a basket?
No, not anymore.
Your wife doesn't get you one?
No,
You
no.
don't get her one?
I'll get her flowers and a card. I do that.
Well,
kind
the
of
Easter
thing.
Bunny would be bringing the basket, not
Oh,
significant other.
Well,
Man,
yeah,
well, I
but-
did that with the kids for many, many years.
Used to hide them.
Yeah.
What is it? What is
Yeah.
the going
The
rate?
Easter
that
Bunny.
money
The,
you're
the
supposed
Easter
to put
Bunny
in?
hides them.
No, okay, yeah. Excuse me. The Easter Bunny. What's the average? Because I think the Tooth Fairy's up to like $20. You know?
Yeah,
What-
Tooth
what
Fairy
is
is
it?
really expensive.
Yeah,
I
it
can
is.
confirm.
I don't know. But getting those kids back, they got pretty pricey. Getting those kids back. You do a couple of them, it might be $40 by the time you get all the candy.
Best spot is Big Lots.
Oh, really?
That's
Big
your
Lots?
Rock
That's the
band
deal?
food.
Easter Bunny
Okay.
goes?
Wow.
Big Lots.
Okay.
You get
One minute.
that whole thing for like $5, $10.
Wow, okay.
Candy, everything. Big Lots. I love Big Lots. It's almost like Costco to me.
It's
you go in there, you can't get out of there under a couple $100.
I'll tell you,
Like, oh, I need that. Whatever.
At Big Lots?
Love Big Lots. I'm hooked on Big Lots.
my wife stops in once in a while. She loves Big Lots too.
Great.
Who knew?
Great for pets. For treats. Oh, it's the best.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, hey, we appreciate Twin Peaks for having us. Get in that fan pick
30.
as we're doing our 16-team bracket challenge. Tomorrow we'll continue talking March Madness as we'll be out at Wright Toyota. Also, make plans to join us for the Final Four weekend as we will be at Talk
20.
Stick in their brand new showroom. They're actually opening it up this Wednesday to the general public, and then we'll be there on Saturday and Monday for the final weekend of
10.
March Madness.